A 20-year-old man died in the Saturday night shooting.
Can we get the show going before you do that? Because we're broadcasting live right now.
Aye.
All right, here we go.
We're live.
Hopefully.
The Dicks Insider Show.
And we are putting our dicks into a long begotten Father's Day podcast. I'm Irv.
I'm Ives.
I'm 6.
I'm Chief.
And we've got another guest today, Chief, with us. Not really a guest, pretty much just family, celebrating Father's Day today. You guys do anything special?
Parade.
I'm going to sit on the little fucking street and watch all the kids get the candy today.
Yeah, we've got to do this podcast, and then it looks like we're all heading to a parade in Rapids. What's it for again?
It's a Cranberry Fest.
All right. One of the biggest things that we grow around here in the state of Wisconsin, right?
Besides cheese and beer.
60% of the United States population of cranberries come right from Wisconsin.
Perfect. See, he knows useless
look at
information.
Well, I was just on the news the other day. They were talking about how most of the cranberries that we consume here in the United States come right from actually central Wisconsin.
That's good.
Is there really
About
another
60%.
state that we can think of that
It was in.
cranberry?
It was on Channel 7 in your town, Wisconsin Rapids.
And that is why he's not on TV. I'm just kidding. It's been a while since we've been on the Purple Podcast Pad. Have you guys
4
done
weeks,
done anything fun
8
or
days,
anything?
42 minutes, 60 seconds. No, just kidding. I
got the 4 weeks right.
I know.
shit, it's fucking hard to think back that far what the fuck we've done.
Anything crazy happen? And I've done a few different things in my life, but nothing crazy, nothing stupid, nothing like tying cattails together and hanging them over the clothesline.
No,
You know,
the only thing I have to report is
I
my
did that yesterday. I did it on somebody else's clothesline
yeah.
and I walked away.
No, I just have my wife's having surgery on her knee on Monday.
Finally, that's good.
She'll be down for 6 to 10 weeks.
Yeah.
That'll be good
Finally
for you.
cleaning out one of the bedrooms, getting rid of the kids' shit, putting in a twin bed in there,
Yeah.
so my mother can stay with me for 2 weeks.
Yeah. She'll end up staying longer.
She's going to be the.
Didn't you say that?
She's
about
going to be
your-
/babysitter/ nurse for my wife.
Oh, okay.
Because she won't be able to go up and down stairs.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do laundry. Somebody's going to have to help her out while I'm at work because there's no way she's going to be able
Yeah.
to do a lot of that
Makes
stuff.
sense.
So
Now, didn't you say your son was only going to live with you for like 2 weeks, and then it ended up being like what, 8 years?
yeah, that's just like his relationship too.
Yeah, well, we won't talk about that.
Up and down, in and out,
Yeah, we could all talk about relationships. right
flippity
now.
floppity.
Hey, I have nothing wrong with mine.
Yeah. I ain't got nothing wrong with mine either.
Ah,
I have nothing wrong with mine. My dog's fine.
And your cat.
And my cat.
And the birds.
I got a couple extra jars of peanut butter if you want some.
Haven't used the last one you brought.
A little bit of jelly mix in this one. Change it up a little bit.
You ever try that fucking peanut butter jelly
goober
mix?
shit?
Ugh. Ugh.
Chase loves it.
Really?
Yeah.
He also likes ketchup on his ketchup.
You probably
Yeah. He likes ketchup on his ketchup. Yeah, that's can't have ketchup at all.
Well, his
My
girlfriend
ketchup.
isn't any fucking better with that. She was putting French dressing on a fucking pizza yesterday.
Oh my! Well,
Well, it depends on what the pizza is.
No, not French. Ranch.
yeah,
Sorry,
a lot of-
ranch.
a lot of
that's
people
good,
do
though.
that.
Yeah,
A lot of
there
people
you
do
go.
that.
I just
You never did that?
I
You ever
like
use
it.
ranch for like the breadsticks you get?
I like it,
Garlic?
especially when you get the
I
works.
don't like
with-
ranch.
when you get the works with all the veggies on it.
I,
It tastes good. It's good.
I'm not a ranch fan, but the only ranch I like is the Newman's Only Ranch. Other than that, I can't.
I like the Western.
I can't eat any other ranch other than Newman's Only because I don't like the vinegar that's in there and the way it
Too
just.
tart.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
Well, you don't have really the best. I don't know. When
I'm
you
not
drink
a-
anything tart, your fucking body kind of reacts weird.
I'm not a real ranch guy either. I just like the outdoors.
Yeah.
Get
Ranch.
along with it, dog.
Well, I mentioned earlier you were talking about that article. I'd like to talk about that article and maybe talk about this other dipshit who's been shooting people. But that seems to be a topic everybody's talking about lately. Same with Caitlyn Jenner. I don't know what you guys think.
You know,
about that.
I don't even want to talk
You
about
talking
that
about
one.
Bruce? That's Bruce's.
You
new
know,
name,
I
right?
mean, I'm so tired of people talking about him and comparing
No,
him
it's
to
her.
well, I don't give a shit. It's him. He was born a fucking man. He's a man. I don't give a shit.
We
They
know
can cut
somebody-
everything off. I
We
don't
know
care. He's
somebody
still
in
a
our
man.
life like that.
But I'm just so tired of how they compare him as a hero to comparing to
These-
all your soldiers that has fought for this country, died for this country to keep our freedom. There's no comparison. So why are you such a stupid, ignorant fuck to even post anything like on there? It's bullshit. It's the same thing.
What
It's
was
the
said?
same thing.
What was that?
Oh, they're
Well-
talking about how he's a hero and he's gone where no man has gone before. All this other bullshit.
So he's no longer Superman.
And they compare him. They compare him as a hero.
Oh, wait.
And people
He wasn't
post.
Superman,
People post that. You got what is that? Chris Kyle, American Sniper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died for this country. He went out there for 4 tours,
Oh, he got
and
murdered, really.
Yeah, and then
yeah. But I mean, he died.
survives all that
but,
shit over.
they're saying that he was a
overseas
hero,
and comes home and gets.
No,
But
this-
they compare. They say, well, he was the hero of his country. Well,
A
why are we
hero.
comparing Bruce Jenner, aka Caitlyn, as a hero? There's no comparison in there.
Well, the thing is, in
You
our
know.
country, if it wasn't for like Chris Kyle, Caitlyn wouldn't be able to do what she's doing. That's the whole thing. People don't understand.
Exactly.
They
Well,
fought
they're
for
so
the
fucking-
freedom for him to do it. Let him do it.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
care.
That's
but
what
I
I
don't
said.
wanna see
I
it
don't
on
want
my
to.
TV.
Yeah, I mean, it's plastered all over TV. It's all over mass media. I mean,
Well,
it's
it seems
everywhere.
like
It's
the-
just bullshit.
It does seem like the transgender stuff going on right now is like a big wave.
That's
across
been happening
media.
for the last 30 fucking years, and
Well, it's been
nobody
longer
turns
than
around
that.
and puts the attention on that
Yeah.
at that time. Why is it different today?
Well, I saw
Because
a
the
comment.
mentality in our country has changed.
I really don't care what
It's
what
a
he wants to
pussification
do.
of the Caucasian.
Well, but
is what it is.
he can do what he wants to do. That's his life. He's
Yeah.
got to live it that way. He's got to answer to only one person, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't
Mhm.
have to turn around and I'm not going to be judged by what I say or whatever else or what he does. I mean, that's his prerogative.
Mhm.
That's the way he wants to live. Let him live that way. And that's the same thing with all the
But
gay
it's the
people and
mass-
lesbians.
yeah.
That's their life choice. Let them do that.
You
If they
think-
want to be joined together as a couple, why not?
Yeah.
Why can't they have the benefits as a married couple? I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's some people.
That's it. I mean-
people have the right to call him a hero if they think that he's a hero. I don't think that it should be publicly put out on the newscast, news systems, or the news media as the same thing. I think Facebook posts are different. If somebody says, "Oh, I think he's a hero because he did this," and blah blah blah, that they got their own opinion. That's fine.
Hero is
But
a
don't
strong
compare.
word.
But don't compare.
It is.
him to
It's a
other
strong
things.
word to be
Yes, it is.
using in comparison.
Is
of,
he a leader in his field of transgender? Or
No, I think
transgender?
if he would have,
probably
I think if he would have
leads the
sliced
way.
his banana,
A hero.
I think if he would have sliced his banana a month after he won the gold medal, back when
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't have
that
been
would have been a different
considered
story.
anything.
Yeah, that would
You
have
think
been
he'll be
different.
on a Wheaties bottle or a box doing this? 2 guys? No.
well, but they had
I don't know.
a they had a
It's not
post.
about- he still likes women, but
But they had a post on Friday that was on Facebook, and I usually never comment on a lot of
Mhm.
these posts that people put on there. I usually, if I agree with a post, I'll share it
Mhm.
because that's I just that's and that's it. I mean, I don't really usually put a comment to it
I don't
unless
use-
somebody's on Facebook and comment something to me, and I'll comment back, going like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
maybe
yeah.
like a conversation. But Friday, or was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. They had a post put on there of the Dylan Roof that killed those 9 people there in Charleston.
the white guy who murdered a bunch of black people because
Right.
he was racist.
Well, but they had a picture of him in a bulletproof vest.
oh yeah,
All right. And now the other picture that they had
Just aim high.
was that black guy from New York, that
Yeah,
real
he got
that
choked to
tall,
death.
that choked to death,
Yeah.
was brought down, choked, he died.
Yeah. This is how we
And the
offend someone,
comparison is it says, this is how we treat a white man that kills 9 people.
9 black people.
Well, they just said
Yeah.
killed 9 people. And then it said, this is how we treat a black person that's selling cigarettes
Mhm.
on the street. And it enraged me. I turned around, I had a post. So I said, get real, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I says, do you know your facts? I says, both of these people are bad menaces to society.
Mhm.
I says, you got a white guy that went into a black church, killed 9 people, no remorse. But yet here you got a black guy that on his own admission, on his own video, on his own computer, he beat us 87-year-old black man
Mhm.
almost to death for a lousy $20. Where's the comparison?
Mhm.
They're both bad people. They both deserve what they get through the law. He died because of his stupidity.
Mhm.
This guy should also die because of his stupidity too.
Mhm.
I says, you guys are nothing but ignorant fucks.
Mhm.
Let's just know the facts before you start posting shit on Facebook.
Yeah, it's sad.
I mean, and that's
the
all
sad
I
thing
said.
about
I mean,
social media.
I mean, and it just didn't go. I mean, I just was so
It's not
pissed.
about the facts today, though. It's about getting the emotion riled up. That's what it is. It's about getting racism back in this country when it's not about race at
and
all.
it's not. Yes, exactly. I agree. And it just got me. It just I could just feel a fire start inside of me. It's like, how ignorant can some of these fucking people be out there?
Mm.
You know, that's no comparison. If you knew the history of the one guy, now you know the history of that 21-year-old. There should have been no comparisons whatsoever. You know, I mean, and then they turn around and that Thomas. There was another one that's similar to that where they showed Dylan Roof, and then they showed that 19-year-old or 20-year-old Thomas, that black kid that was shot by a police officer,
For
saying
no
that he had
apparent reason.
but he wasn't a good kid either. You know,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
is
so it's
anybody
like
nowadays?
do you really know? Do
The
you really
facts?
know what the facts are before you even open your fucking mouth?
No, that's the
And
whole
that's the
thing. They
problem.
want
They
to change
don't.
the public's mind and view on the situation before it hits the courtroom so that he's already guilty.
Exactly. 'Cause
That's
they-
what the
yeah,
media does.
yeah.
That's what they're paid to do.
And that's like the no hands up thing. That
Mhm.
all started by the media. That wasn't even nothing happened like that at that point in time either.
Yeah.
You know, and
It was only put in by the media because it was a solution to a problem they couldn't control. They didn't want people rioting.
Yeah, but
they're
I
like,
also-
"Oh, just put your hands up. Everything will be okay."
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
don't come out of your house at night because you were told not to. You know.
But you know, the thing of it
It's
is that
bullshit.
if you're being arrested by an officer and you decided you're going to pull away or you're going to raise your hand, they're going to take that in an aggressive form. So they're going to take the appropriate action to subdue you. Whether it's going to take you down, throw you down. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I mean,
True.
they have to realize, you know, people have to realize a police officer every day puts their life in line
Mm-hmm.
to protect this country or protect the city, the
Yeah, but
state, the county.
there's also a judgment. You gotta. There's competency in what you're doing.
Well, yes,
You
but I
can't just
also
react
agree-
because you're taught to react.
Right. But I also agree
And
that a
then
lot of these
we can bring
officers,
up the
I
topic
shouldn't say a
about that-
lot,
We can bring up that topic about that little kid in the playground that got shot by a cop because he thought
and that
he
was
had a gun.
overreaction. But see,
Yeah,
again,
that's
that's a
poor
police
judgment.
officer. That's a police officer that doesn't have enough training to
Mhm.
know the difference between a fake gun or you know, he could have commanded the kid to put the gun
He
down.
could have used his vehicle speaker and sat in the car until the
That
kid
too,
put the gun
and
down.
that too. But see,
it's
that's the
called
thing.
competency.
But see, they
judgment.
don't have enough training in that
No,
stuff.
you don't.
That's the thing, you know, because you can have an officer that's 20, 30 years on the force. As soon as they got out of training academy, they don't have any other up training after that.
Well, the only training they get is all the military equipment that they've been receiving. They get trained on how to use it.
Well, but I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, like I said,
Which
I can't say a
didn't-
lot of them. You know, there's a small
Didn't
percent.
Obama just put an abolishment to that? There'll be
What's
no,
that?
No more military equipment being sold out or given to police forces around the country.
And you know, a lot of police officers don't even use
He's
it.
not stopping.
What do you mean, like assault
No,
rifles
I
and stuff
swear
like that?
I swear I read a news article about
Well,
it.
they said something like that, but they also
don't remember
talked to a
completely,
couple of police departments
Yeah, you
and
talked
said
about
that they don't, you know, they don't even use the military grade weapons or whatever. And like the one in Rhinelander, I think they have
Mhm.
that big SWAT vehicle.
Mhm.
That's not even that's not even a military vehicle. That is something they designed, made just for them
Mhm.
and for their purposes for the area that they have to deal with.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like, where was that all coming from? I don't
know.
understand.
I'm not sure
You know,
either.
why don't we get back all the equipment we left over that now ISIS has of all of our military Humvees and
costs
all
too
of our
much to
weapons
ship
we
it back.
left there that now they have?
It costs too much to ship it back.
Well, then to destroy them.
Yeah, true. You would think you
So
would do
now,
that.
so now we have a militant group that's
our
using the weapons we left there now against us and everybody else.
Mhm.
Either destroy them or bring them back. Either way,
Tearing it
you
to
know they're going to
glass.
pay. You know
I've heard the
they
comment, right?
spend enough money, but they spend enough money to take it there.
Yeah.
We can spend that kind of money to bring it back,
No,
but they don't
absolutely
want to.
not.
But I'm just
Halliburton's
saying.
made its
But I'm
millions. They don't
saying.
want it back.
But I'm saying, if we're going to spend that kind of money, let them spend that kind of money to take it there. Well, we should have the right as the people saying, "Okay, you brought it there. Let's bring it back."
There's
Did you
plenty
see
of
that-
rocks
you
and
know?
sticks for
Did you
them.
see that numerical comment that was posted online and on the news media about United States? The country is only so old, and only out of like 100 and some odd years that we've been around, only 7 years we haven't been in a war.
I
Is
saw
that
something
sad?
like that. I don't remember
sad.
exactly the whole thing on it.
Why do you think it's all religious now?
Yeah.
Everybody wants us dead. We're considered the whore.
Well, we are in a way.
We are.
Yeah.
We set bad
But
examples.
back to the
for world.
transgender thing. I saw this Vice. Because I
Not
watch a
us
lot
as
of Vice
people,
News.
though. Not us as a people. It's fucking people that
No, it's
control
our-
the country.
Well, yeah, but we vote
Well,
them in.
It's
and
our
we're not,
Congress.
We're not
it's our
smart
Senate.
enough to gather
Yeah, but they like
together
to-
and get them out.
They like to bait and switch us. They want to tell us what we want to hear to get them in the fucking office, and as soon as they're in there, then they fucking
That's why we need to clear them all
do a
out.
180.
You clear them all
Well,
out
I
and
think
you regroup.
I think,
No, I agree with what they're talking about. That every senator, congressman that's there have a term. You sit there for 4 or 6 years. You're fucking done. You
Just
do
like
not
the
get back in there.
President's got a
Be-
term. Might as
because
well
because
for
there's
them, too.
some senators that have been there for 23
30
fucking
years.
years or 30 years, and they're at, then I mean the average age of the senator is
Tell me.
77 years old. For God's sake,
we just did a tour.
we need to get them out of there.
We just did a tour at the State Building here down in Madison, Wisconsin, right? The Capitol Building for my kids' school. And they said that the oldest oldest congressman in Congress right now throughout the United States is in the state of Wisconsin. And he's like 87 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, first thing that went through my head is,
We have to retire at 62.
how does that guy know anything about anything new about what's going on?
They don't.
You know,
They're so
87 years
comfortable
ago.
in where they've been and all
Yeah.
the control they have.
Where's his continual education?
You know, if I got to retire at 62 or 65, then why the hell are they still there?
Mhm.
Exactly.
I think that's the cutoff. That's a job, isn't it?
Mhm.
But I also
And then
think,
why should we have to pay for them for the rest of their lives while they're alive after they leave office?
Because who voted against them? Nobody. They voted for their own raise. They voted for their own rules.
that's the only
we
union
should
you'll
vote
never
for that.
abolish.
exactly. Well, that's
But
what we need.
until you get this whole freaking group out.
We're not going to change.
It
Nothing's
doesn't-
going to change.
No, it doesn't matter because most people are sitting there going, well, they're Democrat or they're Republican or it doesn't matter.
I think the military
Go to
should have-
Washington. Go to Washington and watch all of them sitting together, having lunch, laughing their ass off, and then they come back in front of the cameras and they're against each other for
Exactly.
your view,
Yeah.
the smoke and mirror act,
Yeah.
so that you're watching what they're doing here, but they're fucking taking all the money over here. They've
Right.
been doing it for years.
Exactly.
But people get caught up in, they're the all of them are the
Mhm.
same.
Mm-hmm.
The
they're all
end
crooks.
result is
They're all-
always going
exactly.
to be
They're
for
all-
them, not for
exactly.
you.
Exactly.
Have you ever heard of anyone say anything good about a lawyer?
No.
No,
No.
kind of the joke about it is they're liars, not lawyers, right?
Right.
Well, 95% of every politician in Congress right now is a
They're at
former
the head
lawyer.
of the table in hell.
Yeah.
Because
why, like, in the early-
they know how to work around the rules and what's going on.
That's
And-
like in the early days in the first colonies.
Yeah.
A couple of these people were pushed out of their communities because they were, well, at that time, we call them today lawyers.
Mhm.
But at that time, they were there to help people do that. And they thought they were crooks and everything else. So they banned them from those little communities
Mhm.
for years and years and years. And it took until the first president decided that had to stop. And then they brought him back. And then it was on Paul Harvey had this story about this. And it was one, I wish
Yeah,
I
we
could
talked-
remember how he said it.
Yeah, we talked about
And
it
it took him until supposedly we got civil and we brought him back in, and then he says, well, the rest of the story is they were lawyers, are today's lawyers, and that, I mean, I kind of agree with that, and it's what is it? Between Congress and the Senate, I mean, you're probably looking at 90% of them, their background is they have a law degree.
Yeah.
And that's how they can get around all these amendments.
Because that's
and
what
that's how they
politics
make
is.
these new amendments to fuck us, but benefit them all
but
the
it's
time.
no different than early Rome back when Caesar was
Oh, of
around.
course.
and the
That's
way
what's
things are
happening.
going. it's a joke.
Everything repeats itself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to stop, though. I do
It
really,
starts out with good intentions, but you have people in charge that you allow them to stay too long. It gets
Well,
corrupt.
It's like a
Everything-
snowball effect, basically.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but everything starts off in good intentions until somebody speaks up and says, "Well, it's not okay for me," and then
So-
everybody tries to work around that one or few individuals.
So
Yeah.
what do you think about this Donald Trump thing?
What, bring me up. to
He announced
speed.
he announced
announced-
last Wednesday or Thursday, he announced that he's now running for president. And like he says, I
Again?
don't need your money,
Yeah.
because he brought out a financial statement saying that I'm worth $4,861,000,000. I don't need your money.
If we got to look at that guy,
So
for 4
basically, he's
years,
trying to buy
he's
his
better
way
get
in,
a
I
better
think. I
fucking
don't know.
hairdo.
No,
I mean,
it's-
but he's got
trying
some-
to show that
but
he can
he's-
do it without any backers.
But a little part of me kind of says, I wouldn't mind having him as president, because now he's going to spend his money to help the country.
what about
maybe
your
straight
Bernie
us out?
Sanders guy?
Because, well,
I mean,
but
I
that's
figure that's
but
the guy
here's
you're
the
voting
thing.
for.
Even if he becomes president, he spends his own money and not yours.
Mhm,
It looks good up front.
right.
But whose money is he going to get after he gets in?
Ours,
All of
probably.
ours.
Our
Sure,
money.
because
So
that's the
then
way
that's
it
what you
is.
got to think about. He better have some good views for me to even consider him.
Well, one of his views was that
I don't want to
if
have
he
to
does
hear what he says, though. I want to see I want to see factual things of what
well,
these individuals
what
have
he
done in
said.
life.
Well, one of the things he
that are
said on that
worthwhile.
when he opened up his saying that he was going to become or running for president, one of the things he said is that he can create more jobs for this country because
That I agree.
because God gave me the will to make jobs or something like this. He says, and only the Trump can do it. Well, I mean, he always talks about himself or the Donald. Yeah. But then he said one of his other agendas is if he becomes president, he is going to make sure that there's going to be a tall enough wall between us and Mexico that no illegal immigrants will come over.
That's bullshit because there's more illegal immigrants coming through Canada and Europe.
Yeah,
than
but if you put enough big
than there are
well,
Mexico.
Yeah, but that's what he said.
You bitch about the guy who comes and cuts your fucking grass and deals with the shit you don't want to deal with, but you don't bitch about these doctors and these lawyers and these businessmen that come
that's
across
not
from
the
another
point.
country that are taking all of our jobs and then fucking us by putting us under this fucking stupid ass capitalistic rule that they want.
That's
It's
not
bullshit.
the point, though. Everybody's missing the whole boat on that.
Mhm.
Complete.
I mean, the whole thing with
You got a bigger war.
I
in
don't
Mexico
care if
than
they're
we do
coming
anywhere.
from Mexico or Canada or frickin' New Zealand. I don't give a shit where you're coming from. If you're coming here and you're going through the system to do it properly, to pay taxes like the
Exactly.
rest of us,
Yes.
it takes the burden off of those that are here already paying for the frickin' people
That's
who can't work.
right.
Exactly.
That's right.
And there are people that aren't going to be able to work that we have to pay for.
Mhm.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Disabled, disabilities.
So
stuff
it's
like
not
that.
about that. It's about creating the jobs, not giving them away to China.
Exactly.
If we don't have jobs here, you can send 2 people across.
and ain't gonna matter.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't have a job for 2 people. How am I going
Exactly.
to support 2 million?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's just going to make it worse here.
right.
Well, people got to get back to the basics. I mean, no offense, but we don't need all this shit that we have. I mean, we really
No, we
all
don't.
all
We're the
we need to
richest
do-
poor country in the world.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. We all we need to do is be able to feed ourselves and shelter ourselves. I mean,
Yeah, but
it's sad.
we've created a me society again.
Yeah.
It's almost like the 60s all over
I don't know. I wasn't a part of the 60s.
with technology.
I ain't that old there, brother.
But we have to. But we do have to get the top 10 richest people out of power.
I don't know about that. Bill Gates isn't that bad.
But I'm not talking. He's not the one that's trying to take over the country either.
I
He's
don't-
not the one that's keeping you.
I don't think Warren Buffett's
But he's
trying
not.
to do that
He's
either.
not one of them that are keeping you at this pay level.
No, that's
He's
the
not
business I
putting
work
your.
for.
He's not putting his hand over your head, saying, "Okay, you're only going to make this amount. You're going to pay this amount of taxes, and I'm going to keep you there
The
because you're
only
so
hand
close to
going on
poverty."
anybody's head is mine on my wife.
But I'm just saying. They're the ones that holding the American hardworking people at bay.
Mhm.
You know, that's why shit costs so much. That's why we got to pay so much more taxes. That's why we can't advance in this. Well, we
There's a-
can, but it takes a lot. You know, I mean, even for schools. I mean, if you want to go back to college,
Yeah,
it's going to cost you a fucking. I mean, you might as well.
we've
You
cut.
need a degree for
college nowadays is a fucking joke. I'm sorry.
It is. It's
Well,
all.
yeah.
It's all
It's
left
Put
side.
you
all
in
profit.
debt.
It's all profit.
It's all
fucking
profit.
debt.
Left wing teach them the freaking weird shit.
Exactly.
It's
There's-
not about creating the mind to think for itself and making our country better. That's just like our public schools now.
You know, and even
It's
if
keep
you,
them
Don't
down.
get me going on that.
If you keep them down and you don't generate creativity, then how are we going to get new things to help this country be better?
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
No, you can't. I mean,
And then when you got China, who's freaking stealing everything out of our computer systems and building things better than we do,
And
but do you
taking
blame
over
them?
our farmland.
do you blame?
taking over our farmland.
Do you
Yeah,
blame them?
I blame our country for that.
No,
because
but do
they
you blame
shouldn't
these
allow
other
it.
countries that are being able to do
No,
these things.
no,
they're
no,
smarter
they're-
than ours.
No, because
I have no
we
problem with
have
that.
stupid people here that's letting them people take over our
It's
country.
because they're looking for the instant pocket dollar. They don't care about what's going to happen 20, 30 years
Yeah,
down the
exactly.
road because they figure I'm dead anyway. You deal with it.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm just going to enjoy my life as it is now.
Hmm.
That mentality of taking care of the future for your kids is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I made a change in that. I took my kids out of the local public system, and they're in a Waldorf-styled school where they teach.
Yeah,
art,
we need that in a
science, and
larger
nature.
capacity, though.
We do. And
If
there's a
we'd
lot
have
of
more people thinking that way, then this country would be able to turn.
my
But
children.
it's too easy to sit back and take a hand.
In the last 2 years that my kids have been going there, that school has quadrupled in size. They've got 3 new rooms that they built and put up, and they're trying to get bigger and better. There's a waiting list to get into the school just because of the philosophy of the way they teach. They're not. You're using university teachers. You're using Waldorf-style teachers that teach family, real life education.
Mhm.
It's not sitting in the classroom at the age of 6 trying to learn calculus because they say that's where you need to be nowadays. to
And
make
that
it in
doesn't
this
mean
world.
shit when you get there because everybody forgets how to do calculus.
Nobody
anyway,
wants to
right?
put
Honestly,
time. Nobody
if you-
wants to put time in anything anymore. They
If-
want to instant
Unless you
gratification.
become a civil engineer, that's the only time calculus is ever going
I
to
know.
come in handy.
If we want to,
Or
if
algebra.
we
Or
want to
NASA.
prepare,
NASA.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, if you're going to be an
Well,
engineer, a civil
yeah.
engineer, or
Rocket
whatever,
engineer,
you need to know that. I mean, I'm sorry, you need to know that. But anybody else,
No,
you know, if
but here's the
if
thing.
you don't go specifically as an engineer job, a lot of that algebra and physics and all this other shit that they teach you,
Just
you
a
don't
waste of
really
your
need
time
to
if
know
you're
that
not even
shit.
gonna go in that
unless you're going to go in that field. But there's
Yeah.
the thing: there's some people that are good at it that should be. in
Should
that
be
field.
encouraged to keep going at it because
yeah,
they would
but
be
now
great
you're looking
engineers.
at a socialist society.
Well-
We're going to pick the people that
No,
need to be in
no,
these
no,
jobs.
no.
Well, but no,
we
they should. But
encourage.
no, but they
There's a
should be
difference.
encouraged. But
You
they should be.
encourage
They
them.
should be helped though, because
Hunger
know,
Games,
Isn't that
huh?
what isn't? You know, I know guidance counselors get
Here's
a
a piece
bad
of
rap,
candy.
but isn't that what a guidance counselor is supposed to do? A guidance counselor is supposed to guide
Guide
the
you
child
to-
in the direction
right,
that they
Right.
should really be going.
All they do is go there, get a paycheck, go.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
right. Nowadays.
Nobody gives a shit anymore.
No.
Yeah, they
It's a
try
joke.
to.
And like I was going to say, if you want to create or teach our children how to prepare for our future that's coming, you take them over to the Amish and you teach them how to live a lifestyle without all this technology.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Because in a few years, we aren't going to have it.
Well, our
Other
kids,
countries are getting sick of us as a society, as a country.
I give my kids shit.
Mhm.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like YouTube and all. I don't watch a lot of it, but I like some of the shit that people bring up to me and you see online on social network. But I had my youngest son the other day go, "Oh, I want to be a YouTuber," and I looked at him. I says, "Why would you take such a stupid, simple road? Why would you do something like that?" And it's hard to do. Don't mind you to become famous on YouTube. But I said, "Why would you degrade yourself enough to be that famous? Because now you have to literally degrade yourself to
To be
get
that famous.
to get rich, to do nothing really."
Mhm.
I don't want you sitting on video games talking all day long to make money. And every time I see my kids watching that shit, I'm like, turn that shit off, put something educational. If you're going to watch YouTube, watch something about why stars are stars or why the water moves at night. What, you know, you get the tide change, all that
Mhm.
shit. Watch that shit. Don't watch some stupid ass building on Minecraft. It's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. But every time you click play, that guy's making money and you're sitting here getting stupider. It's sad. I mean, great for entertainment, but not all day long, every day doing
Exactly.
stupid shit like that.
Parents use this stuff as babysitters.
I don't.
Well, of
It's
course,
get the fuck
but-
off of there, go outside and play, go on a
Yeah.
trampoline, go ride your bike, you know. I mean, ever since summer started, all I've been doing
We're all
every day before I
guilty
go to
of
work
getting
is
the games
outdoor
for 'em.
shit, you know. Go
We're all
out hiking,
guilty.
go biking, go canoeing, go fishing, go
Well,
do
yeah.
stuff. You know, real life lessons. Take them out and teach them how to tie a fucking knot on a hook to make sure that it doesn't break, or if it does break, it breaks at the right point. You know, the things people really need in life are being missed in schools nowadays. Brick and mortar schools, which is what we call them now. Brick and mortar schools don't teach those things.
No, they
They
don't
don't.
take. They don't teach the
It's all about-
necessities of life.
It's all about the profit. As soon as my child had a problem reading, all they wanted to do
Put them
was
in a
have
specialty.
They
class.
wanted eight people tell me that he needed medication and he needed
Yeah,
a special
yeah.
class. He had to have a psychological evaluation, all so they could get the funding from the government to make sure he got the education he needed. And I said, wait a minute. First of all, you don't tell me my kid needs medication. I will talk to a professional about that. You're a teacher, not a doctor or a psychologist.
right.
I said, second of all, reading is just like pissing. When you're a kid and you have diapers on, you may learn to piss in the potty and not piss your own pants at age, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever
13,
it is.
18.
But eventually you won't be pissing in a diaper at the age of 20, 30, 40, 50, unless you have a problem, obviously. He will learn. Everyone learns at different rates and speeds. And
Yeah.
that's why I like the
I
school
agree.
my kids in, because that's what they do. They facilitate the child to learn at their
for their
own
abilities,
pace.
for their
for what
level
they
of the
do.
abilities of
That's
catching
right.
on,
My
learning.
oldest
it, and
kid
whatever
can
else.
read like a fucking charm, spell like a charm. Hates math, doesn't like math. My youngest kid hates to read, but can do math like better than my older kid. So they've got their talents. They got the things they
They
like
got
to
their
do.
own strengths. in
I'm not
certain
going to tell
areas.
them they have to. I told them, I says, I don't give a shit if you come home with all C's. If you're all C's, you're average. You're like everyone else. Who cares? You don't have to be a straight A student. You don't have to have the blue ribbon. You don't have to have that stuff. But what you need to do is you need to try,
Well, I
excel,
want
and
it.
do
I
something.
want my
I want
gold
a
star.
fucking blue ribbon.
I finished
Half blue
last.
ribbon.
Where's my
Yeah,
gold
but
star?
The only blue ribbon I want is a
Half blue
PBR. I got enough blue ribbons and medals in my day that they don't mean shit. They end up in a box collecting dust. They
Does
don't
it-
mean
did
nothing.
that-
Half of
I mean,
mine are been in the fucking garbage for years.
You know, all the shit
Doesn't
that
mean
you thought
shit.
that was important in high school, you know, trophies and fucking like ribbons, like you said, that
Mhm.
help you get a job. No, it didn't. It just looked
No, it's
good
to
on the fucking
build your
shelf.
character.
But you know, that's the one thing I liked about like with my son. You know, he does play his games.
Mhm.
He's good at
We're
it.
all guilty of that.
But he's good at it.
Mhm.
But you know what? He could drop that in a heartbeat, and he'd rather go out hunting, golfing, do whatever he wants to. Like
Mm.
yesterday, I mean, he was gonna come on. We were gonna go play Bloodborne for a little while because I can't pass. There's 2 parts in Bloodborne. I can't pass. You gotta beat the big monster, and I need more than one person to help me beat it. And he
Sounds
goes.
like a sex game.
yeah.
So he turns
Beat the
around. and
big monster.
So he
Is it a bloodborne pathogen that you're trying to beat?
No, it's called Bloodborne.
He's trying to make it bleed.
So, but he turned around. He was going to told me he was going to come on later, and he never came home last night. He went out camping with his buddies,
Yeah.
you know, and all this
Better
other
than
stuff.
sitting on a game.
They went out playing golf. They were supposed to play volleyball, but Freddie canceled it right as soon as the sun popped out. We canceled it for the rest of the afternoon, and it was nice the rest of the afternoon yesterday.
Yeah.
It was, you know, but
That's why he came by for the Vaseline.
yeah,
I
But
didn't
you know-
realize he was going camping with his buddies.
Our family
Yeah.
would rather be more sociable and hang out with each other.
Yeah.
You know, we still like to do our gaming or whatever entertainment we like to do, but we
Yeah, I'm
still
not-
are social family.
Yeah.
You know, there's other families the same way, but I'd rather be, you know, out talking to you guys. And
I hate it. Like now I'll go.
You don't
and I'll-
show up
I'll
ever.
go sign in at a bar.
what? I was there.
You know, I'll go to a bar after work like one day a week maybe, and I'll sign in, do a shake, have a beer, relax from the week's stresses at work, and go home. And now I go to the bar, and all I see, you know, a bar and a tavern is supposed to be a social atmosphere. You're supposed to talk
Yeah.
with people and have fun. All you do is you see all these people sitting on their phones now.
yeah.
It's like if you're gonna
That's because
fucking
that's
do
their
that,
social. That's their social activity.
buy a 12 pack, save yourself $30-40, buy a 12 pack instead.
down it
go
at
home
home.
and do it at home.
I mean, I've even seen it where you got a couple. I mean, they're less than 4 feet apart, and next thing you know, one couple's getting ding, and then he goes back and texts in, and then she gets a ding, and then here they're making a whole fucking conversation over their fucking phone. Like you could just turn your fucking head and look at them
Yeah, but look at
and
us.
talk to
Well,
them.
I mean, even look at us right here, right now. Where are our phones? Sitting right out in front of us, waiting for something to happen
No, because I use mine
for the show.
The show.
Yeah,
I don't live on this fucking thing.
I don't have my.
I never said you did. I'm just saying, but look at us where they're at. They're right out in front of us. They're not put away.
Yeah,
They're
but
not, you know.
that's but see the. I don't know what to say with that. I had it, but
You're bad with it. You are. A
You-
No, I'm not
are.
bad.
You're a tech.
He was
geek.
playing. He was
I
playing
like
his
my
piano on the way to
technology,
go
yes.
get Kim this morning.
But you know, I feel that I was brought up in the wrong era.
I never
Era,
did.
not era, era.
Error.
It was an error in the era.
You got to
brought
clean
up.
out your cache, or you don't get those errors.
Yeah. I mean, ever since I had my first computer, my first IBM, that looked like a fucking brick, you know, big brick.
Big old
Sitting on
green
there.
letters on there. One's from fucking high school.
But
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the technology. It was amazing that, you know, the minds that have put those things together have been able to do it so quickly in life. You know, there's some conspiracy theories on
All
that.
the
It's
alien technology we've stolen.
technology, yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know,
I
it's-
agree to it.
I don't disagree. I do think that
no,
something
I think it's a
happened,
benefit
but-
that we've have it. But you know, again, the technology.
Holy fuck.
You
That's
know-
awesome. Let's steal that.
But you know, the technology today has to also be careful with the younger people today. Just don't, you know, not at the age of 10 years old. Let's just start giving them, you know, a cell
that's
phone
parents'
and
end,
independent.
though.
But I mean, I'm saying,
Well, I've
you
got
know,
an 11-year-old.
we have to, as parents, we have to know when's the best time that they need it. Not just because, oh, all the kids in school have a cell phone
Well,
and I
see.
don't. Well, guess what?
See, with our
Can you
kids-
afford it? Do you have your own fucking job? The day that you can pay for at least part of that phone, then I'll think about giving it to
Hey,
you.
my,
You know?
my older son said the same thing to me, and I told him the same thing as I tell Quinn.
Mhm.
You know what? Guess what? I'm not their dad. Because if I was, they wouldn't have a fucking phone either.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm your dad, and you're going to follow my rules.
Yeah.
They follow their own rules. If their parents don't want to parent, that's on their parents.
That's
Yep,
right.
that's
That's
right.
right.
You know, that's
Yeah,
I can't do nothing about it.
With the bus schedule and the way things work with that school, and I got to drive, 18 miles there to drop them off, and then we have them ride a bus to Amherst School District, and then my wife drives the 15 miles to go pick them up from school. They have like a half an hour before they get picked up.
Mhm.
So we have a cell phone for them, but it's like you have this just in case something happens. This isn't a text messaging thing. This, you know,
Right.
it's just a
And
simple,
they don't use it
simple
as,
flip
and they
phone.
don't use it as for
No.
the social media
No.
or like a lot of
Yeah.
kids have.
No
thing
game of
the
war.
second I see that phone in their hand, I'm going, "What are you doing?" "Oh, I was going to call so and so." "No, you asked to call so and so, and then you can use the house phone to call them, and then you put that back where by the charging station, and you leave it there until you need it."
Right.
You know,
But see, you're probably one out of millions of parents out there that can regulate and that can educate them properly on how to use these devices properly. I mean, the same thing with the video games. They can play these games, but at your discretion. You know, they just don't.
I wait.
They just don't wake up in the morning every fucking morning and they're on those
or
things.
they try, trust me.
But you're.
Kids. Yeah.
But I mean, they're kids. They're going to try to get away with it. But you're also a responsible parent that says, "Fuck you!
I'm
No,
a-
it ain't
I'm-
going to happen." You know,
I'm the
go
mean-
outside and play.
I'm the mean sledgehammer in the house.
But see
I went up
what
to
I'm saying
My
is-
kids are on summer break and they have their chores to do. You know, do the dishes, put the shoe closet away, get your make your room clean, get your dirty laundry in
Right.
the basket, right? And then they're starting to help do laundry, fold and put away.
Mhm.
But the other day I walked in my son's room and he just got home from my mother-in-law's and I said, "Hey, Aiden," he said, "you got dishes to put away or to do?" And he goes, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I just want to lay here and sleep." I said, "Okay." Shut the door. I went and did it. I went to his PS3 and I pulled the power cord off and I hit it. I said, "There you go. You don't want to do your chore, you don't get no games."
See?
And I
Yeah.
told him, I said, "You'll be a
But
while
see, there's
before you
not
get
a
it back."
lot of parents out there that do that.
Yeah, well, you got to,
You know?
because
But
otherwise they
have
walk
to,
all
that's what I'm
over
saying,
you.
They have
you
to.
know?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I mean.
Don't get me wrong. Every parent is different. Everybody likes to let their child do what they want to do, and they may feel like it's mean to do that type of stuff. You do it. You
No,
do it.
No.
I'm not
that's
saying
the way
anybody
I
they
do
said
it.
I'm just as long as he doesn't realize that your PS3 one works for his too. So.
Yeah.
Unplug
Well,
yours, plug his
he
in.
hasn't figured that out. There's
You
a couple
won't until he
times.
listens to this show.
There's a couple times I'll just.
Thanks a lot.
There's a couple times I'll just go and unplug the power cord from it and leave it lay there, and you don't even think about
Yeah.
plugging it in. You know,
Yeah.
but they know because they can't touch it. It's like, oh, it's unplugged. I can't even turn it on. I can't touch it.
Right.
Well, there you go. You know, and they know PS4 is off hands. You do not touch a PS4. The PS4 is mine. When the time comes and I want to upgrade you to a PS4, if I ever,
Then
which
you'll
isn't
get
coming-
mine, and I'll get the PS5.
That's right. That's
But
right.
Aiden said he's working on getting a PS4.
He's saving his
money for
but
it.
see, he's rubbing his papa's feet. He's doing chores. He goes to Nanny and Papa's, and he does, picks up pie
That's
cones.
good. That's
He's
good
working
because
for it.
he's going to work for it, and
That's
he'll
right.
he'll know the
He'll
more of the
appreciate it more.
the more of the appreciation of
You
having it
imagine that?
because he works so hard.
You
for
remember?
it.
No, you couldn't believe how many feet I had to rub to get this fucking system.
And
So
they're not-
don't touch it.
They're not the best feet in the world.
Yeah.
You're talking about a man who only showers
Clothespin.
bathes. He only has a bath. He
Yeah.
baths maybe once every 2 weeks. I mean, it's not the best. But he's grown up from that era. That's that
Yeah.
type of era, you know.
Well, yeah, that's.
Well, that's the way it was. I mean, when I was growing up, we were growing up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
if
you
we
took a bath
thought
once
more
a
like
week.
that, we'd
you know?
have no water shortage.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid.
California would be a hell of a
Yeah.
lot better if all those kids weren't taking
Yeah.
5 showers a day.
I mean, look at my son for
Washing their
God's sakes,
car.
3-4 times a fucking day. I
how
mean,
the
it's
fuck
a sense of-
why? I could see Tank doing that.
Oh,
Was it you?
well, because not me, my son.
Oh, your son?
yes.
Why would you do that? Unless you're like getting dirty.
He gets up in the morning, and like he says, I sweat too much at night, so I got to take a shower in the morning. Then he gets home from work, he's got to take a shower. Then and then he goes plays
Why is he
volleyball,
sweating
comes
at
back,
night?
takes another shower.
Too much pillow.
So he takes a shower before he goes to bed.
All right,
So then he gets up in the morning. I sweated too much last night. Now I got to take another shower.
I
It's
can
like
understand that. I have to.
So
develop-
3
I mean,
a day.
can't you-
I mean, you don't want to
3 showers a day.
You don't
No,
want to
pretty
staph
much.
I'd take
infection,
one a
though. When
day.
you go out and do any type of exercise.
I don't even take one a day.
like running or biking or
But you
volleyball.
can
One a
wash
day.
up with a
I know.
wash rag.
I
and
took
get that
one
off.
this
You
morning.
can. You
Exactly.
don't have to take a
Save-
shower. Yeah.
Yeah.
saves so much water.
Time and
Yeah,
water.
but you're also talking to a
And
military man here.
Yeah, but
that's been
see,
on
I
an
do the
aircraft
same thing,
carrier
though.
and gets cold showers.
You know what? They
There's
fucking-
lucky, but there's lucky. I take one shower a week, maybe 2 showers a week, and then in between, I'm in the bathroom with a wash rag and I clean up.
It'd be different.
I
if you
mean,
had
it's a
full
whole
head of
lot
hair, though.
different. It's a whole
Yeah.
lot. Well, but
Just-
still, it's a whole lot different.
Don't
than-
be sniffing any
I
seats.
spent
lately.
months out in the field with the Marines.
and not
You
having.
think there's a shower out there?
No, there isn't.
No, you learn how to keep clean
exactly,
and
exactly.
keep moving.
Sand
Exactly.
does wonders.
You can take a lot
I
of
mean,
baby
you
wipes.
know,
with it, too.
Exfoliating.
I mean, because
Yeah.
people turn around and say, "Well, you work all day and you don't take a shower when you get home from work." Yeah, but I boxed boxes. You know, I put stuff in boxes all day. I
play
didn't
with
work up a
boxes all
sweat.
day.
You know, I says if I feel dirty or if I feel grimy, you know, I mean, if I get my hands,
Yeah,
my
that's
arms
me.
dirty, yeah, I'll go in and clean up,
Yeah, if you're
clean
working
my
on the
face.
car,
You know, that's
shoveling
it.
shit in the
But, I
backyard.
mean, If I don't shit myself, why should I take a shower?
Exactly. See,
I do the same thing.
You know, I mean, But I mean, if you don't, I mean, if I'm at home, and I'm out in the yard,
See,
or
then
I'm
when he
under-
gets to the nursing home, he's gonna be like, "I shit myself, shower me," and it'll be 3 days later.
but I mean, if I'm at
Here's
home,
Bed sores. And,
Is it sticking? No, it's not sticking. That is good.
While Robert's taking his 5 showers a day,
Yeah,
I's
yeah.
sitting in his bed getting bed sores.
but I mean, but when I'm at
Scratching
home,
his asshole looks like fucking
Did
scratch
you get the
out there.
crusty shit off my ass?
but when I'm at home and like during the weekend, I mean, I may take a shower on Saturday and Sunday.
Does that smell bad?
Because if I'm home working,
Well,
doing
yeah,
a lot of
you're
work,
working
I
up a
sweat and
sweat.
I get feeling nasty. Yeah, I'll take a shower. You know when you need a shower or not.
Yeah, with all those boxes. You
I mean,
play
I'm
with all
sorry.
day. Woo!
Yeah, like I
smells
really
like-
work up a sweat doing that all day, especially when there's this huge fan blowing on my ass all day.
Oh, thank God. We don't have to smell your ass.
But
all
thank
day.
God we do though, because boy, when I let one go and
It goes the other
reeks,
direction.
I'm glad it goes down to the other two and they smell it, not me.
I don't know how many times I've done that. Walk into a different area or department for work and drop ass and walk away.
Yeah, but how many times you accidentally dropped ass where you're working and
And
somebody
somebody
walks
walks
in right when you do it? It's like, I hope they don't say nothing.
No.
Because, you know that they
What I
know.
do is I catch them. They've got enough time to get from where they're at to where I'm coming. If I see them
start
coming,
talking
I
to
walk to them. And I walk them. I'm walking
Yeah, but
the
some
other
of that-
direction.
Some of that smell will kind of goes
Oh,
with
I've
you
had that
though.
happen.
It's called the draft.
I've had that
Just
happen.
start carrying on a conversation right away because they have to breathe when they're talking. So
So you
they-
start walking
they'll be
away,
able to
that
breathe.
that air starts to draft your ass like
Yeah.
this. So it carries all the way
Well,
across.
it does.
I love it too when you fart in a car and the kids open the window in the back and it just blows it right more into their face. You know, they're like, "Dad, open the window." Okay, I open my window and it blows it all right in the back.
I got
See
that in my
now,
mouth.
Grandpa, he used to just open the fucking door and it go right sucked out the door when he did it. Remember that? Every time he dropped, he had to open that door, and then Grandma would always tell him, "Shut that fucking door." Well, you want to drop dead? He'd open that fucker right up.
That sounds like Grandpa.
I still, yep, I got
Good.
good memories of him.
Lifts that fucking one cheek. You hear that elephant going in my chair?
Well,
Goddamn, where is it?
I had an opportunity a couple weeks ago
To drop ass.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, how many times did he tell you to pull his finger though?
I don't know.
His straight finger.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you how amplified is my fucking drop asses on the mics
Oh
on
my-
PS4?
Yeah, pretty good.
If
Good
it's like
enough
I'm right
for-
at the house.
Yeah, good enough. Well, that's those new headsets. All those
Nice.
headsets are nice.
Picks up all the ambiance in the background. Nice.
Nothing like surround sound.
Yeah,
in
but
your
I'm in
ears.
I'm in a
Smell-o-vision.
I'm in the mood to shop for new headsets.
You need new headsets. Seriously.
well, those fucking trade-ins are
They cut.
2 years. Well, because of the
Yeah.
it's almost I can see all my cords, all the little
Yeah.
wires, and then I've got it all taped up, and
And go
And
to
I even-
fucking
I
Best
even-
Buy when you leave and go pick a pair up for $79.
yeah, right, yeah. when we're gonna be watching a $30,000 bill because they're gonna cut my wife's knees open,
Yeah. Well,
right?
Well,
I
we
can,
should
I
raise
can
that.
afford that right at this
I
Well,
moment.
at
think
least
if you
you'll be
work
able
for
to
the
communicate
hospital,
for
you'd
10
have better
10 weeks.
insurance. Right? What was it?
So at least you'll be able to communicate with us for 10 weeks.
Yeah.
Better.
No, I was actually looking. Yeah.
It picks it up good.
My
Yeah.
phone, my computer, I can answer my phone through my computer because they're all Apple products. So sorry about that.
Oh, that sounds
No,
like,
I was actually
sounds like
thinking
you got
about
an orchard in here.
because I noticed that they have
Yeah.
PlayStation. PlayStation has their own PS4 headset.
They're shit.
They're 7.1.
Yeah, they're shit. You're not gonna like them.
Well, they're almost $200 fucking dollars.
You're
They
not
better
gonna
be
like
good
The
for
price
that.
doesn't make them good.
You're not gonna like
The
them
price makes them
Why not?
named.
because you're not gonna like them.
Why not?
It's like those knockoff
Why not? Do you
Dr.
have
Dre
'em?
Beats. The
No, I've
Beats
heard a lot of bad things about
I
them.
saw over at
I
the
have seen
Lawrence
nothing but
Fest.
good about these new
They're
ones.
called
Yeah.
Beats.
Well,
Yeah,
do
they're,
what you gotta
they're,
Beats,
they're instead of a
beats.
5.1
They're
Dolby
7.1,
surround, they're 7.1.
My
These are
My
wireless.
system upstairs is 7.2.
These are wireless,
Yeah.
or you can put the wire on it, either one. And the other thought,
competition
the other
of
one-
technology.
but see, the other one that
well, the
one,
0.2 is subwoofer, so you got 7.1, 7 speakers plus. a
yeah,
subwoofer.
and it's all right in your
Mine's
headset, so you can
7.2.
hear completely all
So I
the way
got
around,
2
360
subwoofers, one on
degrees.
each side of the.
So if something really
theater
loud
chair.
happens in your fucking headset, you're gonna go
Yeah.
deaf. You're gonna go
Yeah.
deaf.
But
What's nice is with the 2 subwoofers, is the fucking rumbling is awesome.
You've got a 7.1 headset?
no,
No, the PS4 has
the
one.
the new
Oh.
PS4 headset that's made just for the PS4.
All the,
Yeah, but that means it's got a
all the
subwoofer
new-
in the headset.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
subwoofer, everything. There's
Yeah.
7.1 surround
All the-
Dolby surround sound.
all the
Yeah.
headsets are surround.
Oh,
sound.
you'd be amazed at what you can hear. I mean, you can be playing the game
You
and you hear somebody
you can hear a
walking,
mosquito going
bugs. Yeah, and
by
you
your
hear
ear.
everything.
It's fucking
They make it so sounding
You
real
can
like
hear a
that.
mosquito fart 100 yards away.
But the other thing I
If only I could
liked
shoot
about
the wings off a mosquito 400 yards
But
away.
the other things I liked about those headset, it had the retractable mic where you can actually pull it right out
No.
or push it back in and hide.
You like
And-
pulling and pushing, oh yeah.
No, because you can take them and then also hook them on your phone and
Yeah.
use them as a
So,
headset for
Same with
music.
mine. Same with
You
mine.
know, because then it disappears. It's a disappearing mic.
Yep.
It doesn't come off. It just disappears right up inside the mic into the headset, and they actually look really cool.
Okay.
That's like that
Get 'em.
new that 10.2.
But you can get the same shit for $79.99.
What is it now? The 10.2 virtual
Doesn't
reality,
sound as good.
Yeah, whatever.
where you can see
Yeah,
a pimple
whatever.
on a mole of an ant's ass.
Yeah.
I have no
I think
idea.
I've seen
The vision is right there.
I don't like those new TVs, those bend ones.
Oh,
I
the
do.
Bode ones.
I
I don't-
love
I
them.
don't
They're
like
beautiful.
They are sharp looking.
Well, for $2,500.
I'm not. Well, they got one at Walmart now for 14.
14 something. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I
Still
want.
ain't getting my
Yeah.
money. So.
Yeah, the only thing I want to upgrade is get a smart TV. I don't. That's the only thing I
No.
don't. I've never had.
That's one thing
All I
I'm
want to
waiting
do is
for.
get a smart girl. So
I had one issue with mine, the smart TV.
Yeah.
It was like looking for update for some type of app or whatever.
You got to
through all, like-
connect it to the internet.
Well, it was like searching for updates or some shit like that, and it would pop on the icons and it'd fucking go away,
Yeah,
and then it'd come on again. I had to unplug the fucking Ethernet cord and
Yeah.
the TV and everything.
reset
just so
your
that-
router
yeah.
and everything. Yeah,
So I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know
happened.
about
I'm so sick of having to deal with this PS3, this PS3, this PS4, this Xbox, this Wii, this DVD player, that
Well, they
DVD
got
player.
ya.
You know all
They
that
got the
shit.
money coming in.
All I want is one TV that has it all, and then everybody can just watch that shit over there. I don't have to worry about watching Netflix. on
Well,
my
see, and that's kind of what I was
PS4
thinking
or
of,
all
like
that
in the
stuff.
living room, is to get a smart TV
Yeah.
so I can watch the Netflix, I can do all that stuff
Hulu
on the
and
one.
YouTube,
Because without the DVR player
with Pandora now and
It's
Spotify
just-
on there, it's so nice.
or
you know.
DVD player, I mean, a Blu-ray, because you can't do
Go
anything
back to
without
the
it.
basics, huh?
No, I'm all about back to the basics when it comes to that. When I want
But don't take
entertainment-
away my Pandora.
No,
No,
fuck
God, no.
that, man. No, don't take away my music.
We need an
Yeah.
entertainment center like
Put it
Grandma
this
and
way.
Grandpa
Put
used
it
to
this
have.
way. That app, Pandora and Spotify, have saved me thousands of dollars because now I don't buy CDs anymore because I don't need to. I
And all
only
the
buy.
fucking musicians are pissed off because they're losing their
Technology.
money.
You know what? I'm pissed off that they can make millions of dollars by doing that.
Yeah, and too bad you couldn't think of it, huh?
No, I don't want to make millions.
I mean,
of
how
dollars.
easy was that?
I'd
To
rather
make
give
an app to
money-
make music and make money off of it.
Like Biggie Smalls always said, more money, more problems.
But you know what? I'd rather give my money to the people that are creative like that than fucking all the people in like the NFL or fucking NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, all they do is fucking
That end
throw
up
a
in
ball or
jail.
fucking
You
run
mean
a
that
fucking
ended up in
ball
jail
down.
for
Yeah.
murder and
Beat their
rape and
wives.
whatever
I
else
mean,
the case
yeah.
may be?
Don't get me wrong. If you're good at sports, it's great. But
Yeah,
there's no
let's-
reason why you have to have a big fucking price tag on those
Well,
players.
they say you do
Let's
because your
provide
body-
a lot of money because you were talented as a young kid athletically.
Let's put
But
more money
You know
into
what? The smart one that could have saved the society.
Yeah.
Let's keep him in the ghetto. Fucker.
Exactly.
We could
You
take
know?
we could take all that money and pay, and all our debt for the country and all our insurance issues would be gone.
There is no money problems in this country.
Oh yeah, there are.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there
No.
are.
No,
It's all redirected incorrectly.
that's like our Social
If
Security.
they had redirect the money properly instead of how many people really need that much money? Look at what you and I get on. We live on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't need that much.
You
We have a
don't
good
need that
fun
much.
life.
You have more fun, I think, the way we live.
As long as you're smart with it, you have no
Yeah.
problem with it.
We do our job when we come home. We relax. and
Yeah,
we
but
enjoy
like
the
Donald
family,
Trump,
yeah.
We
we
work
really
hard.
need $4.8
Budget
billion.
ourselves?
No, but we
For-
play.
what
we
what
work
do you
hard,
do
we
with
play hard.
$4.8 billion? Besides one thing, becoming the biggest prick with the fakest hair. He should have a whole good head of the hair instead of that fake piece of
Oh,
shit
he
he's
said
got.
no. He says that's real hair.
Oh, that fucking is fake as
it's
shit.
real.
You know why he says that?
Right.
Because about 15 years ago, he thought that all bald people were weak.
Yeah.
If you lost your hair, you were weak. You're not a man. You had issues. You weren't smart.
Yeah,
Stress-
damn.
So
Yeah,
now
fuck
he
him.
has to stress that that's real hair because he can't go back and say, I guess I was
Yeah,
one of the stupid
exactly.
asses.
That's right.
So
Stupid people
Well,
say stupid shit.
And it comes back to bite you. in
We
the
must be
ass.
smart motherfuckers because everything we're saying is awesome.
I know it.
Speaking of, anyway, I was able to.
Let's get back on track, you mean?
Well, I was trying to say something earlier, and you fuckers always interrupt. But I was able to use the equipment for something other than the podcast a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was a pretty neat thing. I mean, it's nothing special,
Yeah.
but there's this thing called Executive Dining Club. It's out in New York, the state of New York.
Executive Dining Club.
I have a buddy of mine who is a web designer, and he writes HTML5 and does a bunch of
I
stuff.
hope you made
Hosts-
a lot of money.
He makes a lot of money. He
No,
paid-
I hope you made a lot of money for doing
he
it.
paid me. He paid me all right for what I did. Anyway, yeah. So I got to do a job, and I got paid to do this. But anyway,
That's good. That's good.
Executive Dining Club is basically like an online phone service, online and phone service that you can.
Me love you long time.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that type of
Would you like some carrots with that?
Don't get me wrong. If I could do that in a heartbeat, I would do that. I would be a male sex phone man. I would do that.
fucky.
If anyone's in need for a male voice for sexual phone line, I'll do it. I'll get paid. Yeah.
You probably have
smell like asparagus.
you have more male members than anything.
It's a diners club.
Anyway, so what this is designed for.
Chris.
The site is designed for is to order food, and then for businesses, and then that food is going to be delivered, and they do all this information. So you get this phone call, you get an email, your confirmation number. You got to call in and get the confirmation number accepted. But you know how you have those automated phone systems where you call in and they're like, press 1 for this, press.
Yeah.
Well,
No
that's
habla
my voice is
anything.
that website's voice for their. Press
Oh,
1
that's
for
cool.
this. Enter your confirmation number. Blah blah.
You're a voiceover.
I'm a voiceover.
It's
Yeah.
like-
So
For circle jerking,
Well,
press
then,
4.
I'll tell you what, Google GPS needs a new voiceover too that
Yeah.
can read.
yeah.
We went to Waukesha.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
Uh,
We went to
no,
Waukesha for
but-
Quinn's bowling tournament.
Yeah.
even
And the
pronounce it.
GPS was like, welcome to Waukesha. Really? I was like, wow,
Is that some black chick?
that's a black girl's name.
I was gonna
Waukesha.
I didn't even know I was in Waukesha.
I was gonna say, are you sure you weren't?
I wish I was, right?
I
Keisha's
didn't
open
feel like
and
I
ready
got
and
fucked.
waiting.
Is it funny how we made it a black person right away?
Waukesha.
Waukesha.
When Waukesha is an Indian term.
I know, but it
Yeah.
didn't sound like Waukesha.
So
It sounded like
that woman
Waukesha.
on Google was racist.
She was. Damn computers.
No, discriminative.
thing.
I think that would be
Discriminatory? Well, maybe more discriminatory
to
than
make it
racist.
sound black.
I don't know. I didn't even know I was in her. I didn't.
I
feel like got fucked.
I didn't know an Indian term could be blackish.
I didn't either.
Hey, anything can be pronounced any way you want.
I mean,
I guess.
we
we
got
can make it culturally
Kind of
anything.
like Jaguar.
you got
Jaguar.
Minocqua,
Jaguar.
Waukesha, Wausau.
You know how many people
Fond du
though? I
Lac.
mean, in Nakusa.
Yeah,
How many people slaughter?
Nikusa.
No, yeah,
Nukisa.
it's just
Nikosa.
Nakosa.
Nakosa.
Well, people fuck Wisconsin
Biren.
up. If you're not
Biren.
from here, you don't know how to say it. It
Byron.
sucks.
Somebody on the news I heard saying the
Byron.
word Byron said Byron.
Byron.
Where's the Y? Where's the Y?
Yeah.
You know, I just couldn't
That's because
understand.
they see the word Byron and it looks like bison, so they're like Byron because it looks like
Mhm.
bison. You know, it is what it is. That's the most unique thing about living in Wisconsin. So. But anyway, I got to do voiceover. Got paid for it. It was pretty cool.
It's cool.
That was nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So did you get $3 a number?
No. Now,
Please press 1. There's
no, it was.
Yeah.
He just said, "Oh, what?" Because I ran into him when I was looking at a house out in Nelsonville because we were looking at the option of moving closer to the kids' school so we could save some money and just get out into the nature more. Out of this fucking plover. I hate plover. The taxes are extremely high, and the people around here are just fucking assholes.
Wow.
But I
Now we know how
was
you
looking
really
at a house,
feel.
and the house was actually kind of kitty corner across the street from a friend of mine's and her boyfriend. And her boyfriend Donovan is the guy who does the website. So I ran into him, had some coffee with him. We were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, I got to do this one thing, and I got to record this voiceover, and I'm not really want to do it." And I said, "Well, I got a studio in the basement with nice mics and setup. You can come over right now. We can do it, and we can get it done in less than an hour." He goes, "Well, I could actually like your voice. Would you mind doing it?" And I'm like, "No, I wouldn't mind doing it at all. We'll pay you." I said, "Whatever." It surprised me. So I gave him the PayPal email email address, and he sent me a payment. I was like, "Oh, that was nice," but it wasn't nowhere near what a voiceover makes. I went online to look at what voiceovers
They
make.
probably make lots of money.
$350
every time they do
A
open their mouth.
letter. A letter.
No, it was like $350 for 1 minute to 5 minutes of information, and then after that, it's $75 a minute of audio. That
So
you're
you
speaking.
imagine
Right.
all these fucking voice actors that do this
They're making
voiceover shit. They're
big
making
bucks.
big games
Money.
and shit.
Yeah.
Money, moolah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
they're
what I
also
need- I
a part
need
of
to
the
do
guild. They've got their own, actors guild that they're a
Right,
part of.
right. They're
the
part of
Voice
like their own
Actors Guild.
SAG or SIG.
And they
or
can
whatever
they
the fuck
only
call
they
it,
can
yeah.
only work 4 hours a day, and they get so many breaks. They get a
Well,
meal,
you
they
figure
get all
$70
$75 a minute
For 350
for 4
bucks.
hours. That's a lot of money.
$350
That's why they can only work
No,
4 hours a day.
$350 starting, and it's $75
Well,
a minute.
but still,
after
but I'm
that, right?
saying,
After
but if you
after
look
5
at
minutes.
but if you look at $75 a minute, and they only work 4 hours a day.
That's
a lot of
fucking
fucking money.
yeah.
well,
See, and this
That's
is the
sorry.
point.
But you're
This is the
talking-
point where you break out the cell phone that we have right next to
And
us.
use the calculator.
Use
to
the
figure it out.
calculator on it.
Exactly.
Make
And
sure
I
you
would've,
turn it
too.
sideways.
That's where calculus comes in. Right?
make sure you turn it.
Yeah.
Make sure you turn it sideways so you can do the calculus. I don't know if you know that about the iPhone.
Yes, I know
All
that.
right.
When you do this, and holy shit, it does that.
Yeah,
Whoa, it
because
does
this way is a normal calculator. You do this one, now it becomes the scientific
Then
calculator.
if you flip
Yeah.
it this way, it fucking breaks down and converts everything from fucking pounds to what, kilograms?
Yeah, millimeters to.
Mine doesn't really say that. It says anything about fucking any kind of program. I
Well,
can
that's
see
why you got
six,
these holes in the
six.
Oh,
bottom.
but you
Six.
you have the same as I do.
6. See, normal calculator, graduated calculator.
Ah.
Wow, that is a
Boner.
smartphone.
Isn't it?
Boner.
Isn't it? Well, Aunt Lynn came over. Aunt Lynn came over and
I
she
had-
had her new phone
Yeah.
up. She's like, "Oh, you need to help me set this up and go through this and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Okay." So I spent like 2 hours.
So she
with her.
hit you up after she hit up Alan.
Yes.
No, no.
Yeah.
She hit me up after him.
Really.
Okay.
So,
So-
what'd you fucking change?
So you basically did the beginner's
He
course.
just took away a bunch of programs.
and he
she
did the
didn't need.
advanced course.
Like what? Like the weather app that I put on, or the battery
No.
doctor that I put on?
No,
No.
she still has those on there because I have a
didn't-
battery doctor on mine.
Yeah, no.
I didn't
She
put
got
anything
rid of
else
some
on
of the
there.
ones that
No.
they gave that you can get rid
Facebook
of.
and Messenger is the only other things
Yeah.
I put on there.
Well, then
Because,
this stuff is- no,
You
she
got
rid
a
of
you
some
got
ones that came with
a
the
little
program.
friend right here, by my finger. Right here, by my finger.
pull my finger.
Spider, look at that.
But no, she
are
was
in the
getting the day that after she was done with you because I saw her on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you must have did it Tuesday.
No, it was on a weekend. 'cause
Oh, then so
my
it was
wife
last
here.
weekend. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Oh, you can
I-
help me
I
fix up
stopped
my
there.
phone.
No,
since
she goes.
Adam
She
fucked
says
it up.
she asked me for a haircut, so I
Right.
told her I'd stop by Wednesday to give her a haircut. And she says, "Well, then can you help me on some of my stuff on the phone?" So she was having Facebook was emailing her and texting her.
Oh, she wanted
She
to
didn't know how
stop
to turn that
dinging.
off.
So no,
See, I didn't set Facebook up for her because she didn't know her password. I just had her
Yeah.
download the app and I said go home.
So
and
I went
log
in there and I
set the settings? Yeah.
So it won't go to her emails. It won't go to her. You know,
Text
she
message.
won't get a text message every time somebody says something on Facebook to go to her phone.
You know, I was having
Yeah.
a problem with my old phone like that. You could have turned off that shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You
fucking
could
A,
turn
that
it
was
off.
so fucking
You can
annoying.
turn it all
Yeah.
off. Yeah. So we
Most
went
apps
in.
have that option
I got a
because some
problem
people
with
like
every bit of
emails
it now.
more than that. Some people like text messages.
That was fucking
Yeah.
annoying.
So I had to go in and I did that with, I mean, there was like 2 or 3 different apps that she had that was doing that.
Yeah.
We just went in and took care of the notifications so she wouldn't get the notifications. That's all. And then I just kind of showed her some of the tricks about the map, how to turn it into a GPS, you know, how to program
I
and do
told her
that.
that too. She's like, "Well,
Yeah.
information overload. I don't want to."
That's
do
what
it."
she
I'm
said
like,
to me
"All right."
too. I says, well, you need to know the steps because I had her do it.
Yeah.
I said, you go here, push that, do this, that.
Yep.
So that way she knew how to do it, you know?
Mhm. Well, I told her. I said a lot of it's self-explanatory.
It
I,
is.
I had her set up like a calendar date, so I had her go through and set up a
Yeah.
calendar.
I
Well,
tried
I'm
to-
not going to need that. I'm not.
But you know
gonna
what?
need
The
that. I said
best-
after I showed her what it does, I says you may need this. I says you never
you
know.
never know.
You may have a medication you need to take every day, and you want to remind yourself.
Exactly.
You can set up.
Well,
a
I also
reminder.
told her that you can put the, you know, if you buy your medications or get your medications through
Walgreens.
you
Walgreens
put the
has the app.
Walgreens app, and you can scan every one of your medications in there. And every time it needs to be refilled, you hit a button, it automatically refills. You just go get
Now
it.
they
pick
have
it
a
up.
reminder. They'll say, "Hey, your
Yeah.
your thing's ready to be refilled. Come and get it." It's like an automatic
Yeah,
refill.
automatically. Yeah.
Yeah, so we need these for our lives because we can't think.
No, I'm
on
not
our
It,
own.
saying-
it does simplify. It
No,
does
it does
simplify.
help those things out.
I
you know?
like the fact that I can remember yet what I need to do without this.
Mhm.
I
Well, I
use-
can remember I have to take medication twice a day,
Just now,
but
when
this helps. This helps
It's
because
just a
when
reminder.
I hear the alarm go off, oh shit, that's right. You know,
Yeah.
because it keeps me
The
remembering.
The thing I
taking your
use-
meds on time at the same time. every day.
exactly
The thing I
because
use
it's
the
important
most-
that I do.
the thing I use the most is the clock reminder, like
too.
notifications. So like I have an alarm set for 6
Certain
o'clock in the
times.
morning to get up. I also
Same.
have one for an hour before I need to get ready for work because I get so busy doing some things sometimes for people.
You're right.
I completely, it slips my mind what time it is. And then boom, the alarm goes off. It's like, oh shit, I got an hour to get ready for work. Okay. I got to finish up what I'm doing. I got to go.
That's like at work
That's
too.
the only
Mine's
reason
set
I do
up.
it.
Mine's set up for first break, lunch, second break, and then time to go home.
Yeah.
You know, because we're getting
Well, everybody knows when they need to leave work.
but we can't leave. We have to leave exactly at 3:30.
Yeah, I know.
You know, we can't start walking out the door at 10. You know, or 5 minutes early, 2 minutes early, because they don't like that.
Yeah.
So
I
we
get to
all
leave when
stand. We
my
all,
shit's
when we
done.
see the big clock and it says 3:25, 3:27.
Yeah, but your shit could be
Then
done in an
everybody's
hour,
shutting
it
their
could be done in
systems
8
down.
hours. It all depends.
And then we're
right?
all standing at our
9.5
stations like,
Friday.
then they're looking at me at my phone, waiting for that tune to go off at end of work.
Yeah.
You know, when they hear that, then it's like, I think
Okay.
it's man to the back door. Everybody's running out.
Yeah, but if you guys had quit drinking so much beer while you work, you wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah,
You'd
I
be done
haven't.
sooner.
I don't drink it half as much as those other fuckers do over there. It's like, yep, I gotta have a fucking post beer after my pre beer I had, and I gotta have a one in the middle of those.
Well, it is a brewery, right?
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. I think I fucking love working
Then
there.
again, I mean, it's not for everybody to know that we do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's certain people that say it's okay.
Everybody knows, do you work at a brewery, you drink.
Well, beer gets drank.
Just don't
at
get
a
just don't
brewery.
get caught.
Yeah,
Just don't get caught.
I mean, hell, look at
Well,
what's
what are you supposed to
Sam
do when you're
Adams.
standing inside the tank?
Yeah.
You gotta test it out.
You know, you
lick-
can't hold your breath that long.
You got to lick the wall.
It's like working on a farm and just sucking the fucking milk right out of the tit.
Well,
Hey, they've already shaved him down so he has no hair. You can't make him hold his breath that long. He's going to drink some of it.
Well, there's been a lot of things going on. We didn't miss a podcast with Lana Turner. We did a podcast with Lana Turner, and then we had another one scheduled, but we had the Rafters game that day, and she forgot. So I had talked to her on the phone. She called me up because I said, "Hey, Ralphie May's coming to Green Bay on September 25th."
no, Milwaukee,
I'm sorry, Milwaukee, right?
Pabst Theater.
Pabst Theater, September 25th.
Ralphie
I could
May.
only get anybody else can get more tickets. I have 6 tickets ordered, and they'll be here soon. So I have 6 tickets.
And
That's
how
all I
much-
could do. If anybody else wants to
How
get
much
more
are they again?
tickets, they're 28 something a piece. But roughly 30, really,
Mhm.
after you think about the ticket handling fee and the shipping and all that stuff, it's about $30 a piece. So I did order 6 tickets for that, so we do have 6 slots for that. If you guys want more, or if you have other people that want to go, you might have to set your own tickets up. But all I could get at
Well,
that
who's
time was
claimed
6.
the 6?
Right now, I know it's me and my wife. Other
Okay.
than that, I've got.
What
4
about
more.
your mother?
My mom wants to go, but I haven't confirmed.
I'll
with her
take a
yet.
few of them.
Yeah.
I'll give you money.
Yeah.
I'll pay you like a whore.
All right. Good.
Oh, yeah.
Leave it on the bedstand.
Okay.
That's September 25th. Right?
September 25th. Now, I thought it'd be
What day
really
is it?
nice if
Is that a Friday?
it's a Friday. Yeah, I
Mhm.
took the day off of vacation. Make sure you guys get that too if you want to go. I thought it'd be nice if it was, you and Danny, Alan, Melody, and I, and Tina as a group. I know other people want to go, but like I said,
Fuck Kim.
they're gonna have to take care of their own shit to get that. No,
Get
Kim,
yourself-
we want you to go too, buddy. But like I said, I only
want
I
you to
only
go,
have
but
6
you're going to have
tickets.
to watch the car in the parking lot.
Put it this way, my wife. Hey. When I
We'll-
say my wife,
we'll go on FaceTime and you can watch them on the phone, right? On the parking lot.
Kim, when I say my wife, you'll probably end up taking the ticket because she'll end up backing out like she always does. So you'll probably end up going. Don't
We got an
worry.
hour before showtime. Well, I don't want to go.
Yeah, she's not. That's pretty much how it goes.
Not
my
to-
wife.
I know
really,
Robert and Michelle were talking about going.
but- well, yeah,
Yeah,
get more
I mean,
tickets.
But I
maybe
told him he's
I'm-
got to get
I mean,
tickets,
just-
though.
yeah.
Throw that out there. You'll keep that in mind. That
You
But
go.
I'll have to.
You go now.
Kim's got a lot of time on his hands now.
Well,
You go now.
I'll
Watch
talk to the
Ralphie
wife.
May.
I'll talk to the wife. Also,
There's a lot of things I can do now. So.
You called him Dr. Jones.
I
You call him whatever you fucking want.
I texted Lana Turner and I asked her if she was going to be there
She's not
because
gonna be,
she's
is
not
she?
going to be there. She called me up and she's like, "No, I'm not going to make it." And I'm like, "Oh, that's all right. Just want to make sure if you were going to be there, we want to let you know that we were going to be there so we could meet up again." Damn it. So she's not going to be there, but she wants to set up another date to do another podcast. I'm still working on editing that podcast because that podcast that we did,
serious.
I got too intimate.
Yeah.
So it was
It was too personal.
for some
Some
things,
things
yeah.
were way too
So
personal.
I think
and
what
we're
I'm
not
doing,
going to share
But
those.
you know what? It was
Yeah.
nothing that we were poking or prodding at.
Oh, no,
It's
no,
just something that she
It's a
decided
natural
to,
conversation.
yeah,
That's
let-
what you do with your
yeah.
friends, right?
Yeah.
So we just want to make sure we stay on the good side of everyone in that area
Well,
of
that's
life.
good
so
though, anyway,
and-
because she's a good person.
Exactly.
And there's
She is.
things that she's not going to want.
And she even
Right.
mentioned it too. She goes, "I really don't
This
want
is
to
getting
talk
dark.
about this,
This
no
is getting
more."
dark.
She goes,
Yeah,
"Like, you
it
don't want
was.
people
It was.
talking about
Yeah.
all this stuff." It's like, well, you don't have to talk about
So
it.
that podcast will be up soon, and I just finished the Bass Baits one. editing all the fucks that I said that don't need to be in there because they requested they weren't in there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that one will be going up here pretty soon too. So
You know, sometimes
it'll be a
you
little
just
out of
don't-
order, but
you just don't think about it.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I've been really busy. I mean, I've got 3 new commissions for art to do. I had some other stuff for the dog food company to do. I've got a lot of shit going on, and I've been busy. I mean, really busy, and I've been trying to
We
do.
see where the podcast is.
and
back seat of the art studio.
I don't see you guys texting me on the weekend going, "Hey,
No.
are we doing it?" Well, 6 does. Are we doing it? Are we doing it? Or what are we doing?
Well,
What
because
time are
half
we
the
gonna do it?
time I don't text for the reason is because next thing you know, I'll get a text. We ain't going to do it this week because something came up, and
Hey, I couldn't.
So I don't
had
even
a
bother.
leak in-
I-
I had a water line leak into my refrigerator I had to deal with, and I had a couple. My lawnmower took a shit. I had to replace the goddamn drive shaft
Oh.
pulley. I had a ton of shit to deal with. So
the fridge's water broke. What did it have? What did it have?
exactly. It had baby ice
Baby
cubes.
ice cubes. Oh,
That was a little loud.
oh man,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. You can control. No, never.
So hopefully we'll be back on a normal schedule now. Things are, we got Kim now. Are you gonna take Red Hot's spot?
Excuse me.
Quit fucking with your noises.
I think what we ought to do is just move the whole podcast to the office in my place. It's halfway everywhere.
Oh, I see how it is. I see how
Or
it
you know,
is.
we could do. We can meet you halfway and do it like every couple shows.
I don't mind as long as you pay the website fees and the
But
bus
you know,
stop
I
fee.
still like the idea. I still like the idea to put the studio in that camper and have a portable studio.
Drive around.
Just take it wherever we want. We can just,
So if we,
open up the one side as a big window and we're all looking out.
Why don't we
and-
look for a drivable Winnebago or like a
No,
party bus?
no. Cost too much gas. Because you probably won't get the
Hauling that
You
fucking
probably
thing around
won't.
costs a
You
lot of
probably
gas.
wouldn't find anything than like a 1974
I was-
Winnebago that's got like
I found
2
a
miles to the gallon.
I found the perfect vehicle. It's a short bus for our crazy asses.
can we
you
lift
go.
the window? Can we,
we
lift
have
the
a
window?
driver, so we can drive all over
It
the
was
place.
$500. It was $500.
And then we have a driver.
Tank.
Can I lick all the
Yeah, I
windows?
said we have a
first?
driver.
Yeah.
And then we could put a satellite, internet satellite thing on the top, so we can have internet wherever we are.
I thought we'd just pull up. To,
I'm
like,
definitely
McDonald's.
wearing my helmet.
Me too.
I thought we'd just like pull up to McDonald's and use their free Wi-Fi.
We could do that.
Why not?
Let's rape them.
What McDonald's are we at this week?
I don't eat there. Sorry.
We don't have.
No,
to.
we don't. We're just using their
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Six will go buy a breakfast sandwich.
He will.
himself.
yeah.
Well, you know, I'm trying to watch my
I
weight.
might have to have
Yeah.
a fish sandwich every now and then.
Okay.
Is that code word for eating in the bad time of month?
Yep.
Have a
But
fish sandwich?
No, that's not.
No?
No, that's called Red Wings.
That's
Mitch.
called Red Wings.
No, it's chumming, right? Chumming.
Chumming.
I've got a. What's this called in the military when
Your
you fill
tits?
this area? What's this area of your uniform?
Your
What's it called?
mammary
Where your medals go? What's that area called on the uniform?
lapel.
Lapel.
The chest. There is no specific term for it.
Where
I don't
are
know.
you
I'm
going
not in the
with this?
military. Well, I was going to say I've got a whole chest
Areola.
with Red Wings covered, just
Oh,
whoosh,
okay.
covered.
That's
No,
your
then You would
areola.
have one
That's
medal
your areola.
with a star that represented how many times?
Okay, so I got one medal with like 30 stars.
Yeah.
You're a brown star general.
Yeah. Technically, it's a red.
Red star? Oh.
So that would make.
Oh, you mean
You,
you're eating
you
gummy
mean
worm?
Red
gummy
Wing
bears?
Admiral.
You remember me telling you that story
you got
one
a
night?
Hemi?
I got all drunk and was having sex with the wife and went down on her. I came up and she's looking at me. She goes, "What the fuck is that?" And my
Yeah.
whole mouth was just fucking
Brown?
red.
Brown.
I had leg imprints around my mouth. You know, I look like that zipper, that zipper.
Oh, the Halloween mask
zipper
with the
mask.
zipper up
It
in-
was horrid.
Next time, take a picture and post it.
No, absolutely not. I wouldn't embarrass my wife like that. I don't post.
We
shit
would
like that
know.
on
You just
Facebook.
say new Halloween costume.
Yeah.
There you go.
What's all those hairs hanging besides your beard?
Sorry, she shaves.
They
Anyway.
all do now, so you might as well not worry about that.
One of the most
No, they all
exciting-
don't.
I think one of the
Oh,
most
wow.
exciting things I'm looking forward
Okay.
to this year is next weekend.
Under a certain age.
I talked to Six about this the other day and yesterday a little bit, and I know the wife and I are a go, but next weekend on Saturday we're gonna be heading to Warren's to the
Yeah.
Jellystone Park. It's $12.
My wife can't go.
That's fine.
If I go, it's going to be probably the day I ain't going to stay the whole weekend.
No, we're just going Saturday, and then
Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, you hesitated like
In the park.
no, we're gonna go Saturday and then hang out all day.
4th of July.
That was really good.
We're gonna go Saturday.
and
in the park.
The 4th of July. Yeah.
Get it out. Get it out.
People laughing.
People dancing, right? Is that the right one? No, fuck it.
Anyway,
Okay, go ahead.
There's a man selling ice cream. That's all I
So-
Oh, that's right.
there's 2 locations in the state of Wisconsin called Jellystone. It's based off the
Sheboygan and
Warrens.
and Warrens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's based off of like the Jellystone or the
The boo boo, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boo-boo.
exactly.
what's the name of the cartoon?
Yogi,
Yogi
Bear.
Bear?
Bear.
Boo
That's
boo.
Anyway, so it's all themed off Yogi Bear, and then there's a bunch of water park stuff there to do. It's not as big as Noah's Ark, but there's water stuff there to do.
Mhm.
It's still
And,
fun.
So we're gonna go there for the day. It's $12 a person.
Okay.
We're going to visit a fellow pod god.
$12 just to
Mr.
walk in, just to say hi.
to
How are
visit.
you? Visit for an hour and
because you
leave.
can do no, we're not gonna be.
I
there
don't
just
want to
an
do any
hour.
of that.
We're not.
I'm
you
not
don't want a
saying
mini
that.
golf?
No, not really.
No, you don't
I
want.
want to there. I would like to visit. I don't
Oh
want to.
my God, I'm tired of
Yeah,
getting
well-
on my knees with a small club.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's $12 to get in.
Are you this
and
high? No.
We're going to visit a fellow
Mini-
pod god.
Well, I don't care. I
Our
guess.
friend who's been on the show a couple times now, Clint,
Yep.
from Final Shot Saloon. And he also does
4F45, right?
Yeah, at 4F45 on Twitter. I do believe he does another podcast called Weird West Radio, something like that. I have it on Spotify. I don't even look at the names. I just listen. But him and his wife and kids are going to be there camping out. And he told me about it. And I'm like, yeah, we'll come and visit and hang out.
This will
maybe
be a good time to go see him because the last time would have been
lacrosse for TJ's fight.
TJ's fight, but it was like a 3-hour drive to go see him.
Yeah.
It was like,
Instead, it's about an hour and 45 minutes for us to get there, right? Well,
Not that much.
so we're gonna I know
45
Six-
minutes. It's about 45
Six
minutes.
said he might have to work. If
Maybe,
he does
I
have to
don't know.
work, he's not going to probably leave till about 2:00, and that's fine. And Al, if you want to ride with him, that'd be great. You're going to bring your wife and Chase.
she doesn't have to work as far as I know.
This
My
was-
wife won't be able.
my
That's going to be less than what 5 days
Yeah.
after surgery, so
Yeah.
she's not going anywhere.
Okay.
I'll leave them there.
Okay. And
I'll
then
go by myself.
the game plan too is, my wife and kids are going to go, but I'm sure my wife and kids are going to dodge out earlier. Clint says he's going to grill out for us. We're going to have dinner and stuff, sit around, maybe podcast. over
Lunch,
You should
Bring
go
the
with us.
digital
Kid.
recorder.
dinner.
You should go
Lunch
with
or
us,
dinner.
Chief.
there.
Lunch or dinner.
Come
Lunch or
on.
dinner. Lunch or dinner.
Bacon wrap.
Then we
chicken
can
breasts,
go.
that's
Then we
all I
can
know.
go raid Scott's house on the way back.
Well, that's what I was thinking was if the wife leaves early, then I can ride back with one of you guys. If you guys go together, we can stay later and drive back. And if we want to, maybe we can go cash out in Scott's cabin or his camper because he's got that camper sitting there. But I haven't talked to him yet. So,
Mhm.
but yeah,
You just go home.
So we're gonna go podcast it up and whoop it up with our
Why?
fellow pod god Clint.
Why are you getting that old, really?
Yeah. Spend the day going. What's
We're
wrong
gonna
with
be
that?
there when it gets dark and sit around a campfire.
Spend the
and-
day.
Scott should have a lot
Go,
more
Scott.
free
and
time,
have
right?
marshmallows
Oh,
and
well,
drinks.
Scott's
some beer.
another 20 some minutes that the other
We're gonna
side.
bring a couple coolers of beer and maybe bring some other food to eat.
Oh, I guess
with
we
the
could do
chicken
that.
breasts
20
and wrap,
minutes is
bacon
20
wrap
minutes.
chicken breasts he's got. So
20 minutes is better than an hour.
I mean, it's,
45.
That's what I said.
he's not even 20 minutes from Warren's. It's fucking
No,
up the road. From
he's
him.
about 20 minutes.
Yeah, maybe
It's about 20 minutes. From Warren's, he's 20 minutes away.
Well, either way.
Because we went to Warren's,
Cranberry Fest.
the Cranberry Fest
Kimmel-
there in Warren's.
Yeah.
When we went to the
yeah, but Jellystone's closer than that.
no,
Yeah,
Jelly's-
Warren's
well, Jellystone's
It's
just about
in the
about
Warren's
a
district.
mile just past Warren's off
On
of
the back
that-
end.
Yeah, on,
Yeah.
on the west side of Warren's. It's off on that one new interstate that new highway or whatever, that new fucking road they put in.
Either way, so
I don't
we're
remember what it's
going to be visiting our fellow pod god Clint. So that'll be the second pod gods that we've done something with like that. Right, GarageCast was another one.
They were the first, I think.
Yeah, we didn't do anything with Mr. Mick, but they were talking about if we went back to Indiana, Mick would come up too. So
But yeah, this is the second one we've
would he
done.
bring his knife?
Mick,
Mickey
McChicken.
D's, Mickey D's.
I haven't heard much from anybody in the
Crocodile
pod
Dundee.
gods lately, so I don't know
Mick.
really what's going on. I know there's quite a few new podcasts on there. Make sure you go check out Podcast Network.
Well, I know Mr. Corey Epps from the
Yeah, he quit.
Evil Teddy Bear. He hung it up for a
For a
while.
little while, yeah.
Yeah, so
Man,
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
happen, I mean,
He was
everybody
having
has
some.
life.
He was having some personal problems. So
The
that's why
teddy
he-
bear got evil.
Yeah. He even got evil for a while there.
Mentally, maybe. Like you mean like spiritually, like soulful, or what? It's not like he walked into a black church and murdered 9 people.
No, he would have to walk into a white church.
Very true.
Because he's a
Touche.
black man,
Touche.
so he would have to.
I
he'd have to
No,
go
but
there.
no.
wasn't
he
thinking
didn't.
that. I
No,
just
no, it was just some personal personal reasons.
I was using that instance as evil. He wasn't
yeah,
that evil.
no. But he was having some personal problems and stuff he had to take care of. And
You said we might have another musical guest. I know Manny and JP want to come back again. They love fucking coming here. So
Well, I was confronted from one of our coworkers. He's a maintenance guy, and he goes,
which
"Oh,
one?
you know, his name's Leroy.
He must be new.
He's like a year younger than me.
No, but he must
Yeah,
be
he's
new.
newer. Yeah. But anyway, he came up to me and he goes, "Oh, I didn't know you guys know JP and Meticulous." I go, "Yeah, we've done a couple shows with him on our podcast."
And we're in their video.
This is, "Oh, I didn't know you guys had a podcast." He goes, "Hey, maybe you should check out my my stepkid's stuff. He does all this like hip hop rap stuff."
yeah.
His name's Little T, or AKA Lil Bro, he
Okay.
calls him. So he played a few of his songs off his phone for me. He sounds pretty good. He
Yeah.
does everything down in his basement and everything.
Yeah,
So
definitely. Would love to.
he goes, "Well, you should give me a card and I'll get a
Yeah,
hold
I
of you
gotta
guys."
get you some
Well,
cards.
I already got some out of my bag.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'll hand that off to him tomorrow.
Perfect. Sweet. Got to keep the ball rolling, right?
Mhm.
Well, happy Father's Day, gentlemen. I think we're gonna wrap it up already.
I thought you were supposed to start out with that before. Not end the
I
show with
did.
that.
You
Oh,
did.
did you?
I did. I said we're putting in our dicks into a Father's Day. So,
So
it is
happy
what
Father's
it is.
Day. Happy Father's Day back to
Yeah,
everybody.
Well, it is. Yeah, good day for everyone.
Don't sound so exciting.
It is-
Happy fucking Father's Day.
Well, it's just so much has gone on. It's really hard to find any specific topic to talk about. I mean, I want to talk.
I don't know.
about
We were
Caitlyn
going there
Jenner
pretty
and-
good there for a while.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about personal shit.
No, why?
Absolutely not. I don't want to talk about anything.
I do not.
I've done a couple art shows.
But I do need some help, though.
With what?
Well, we
Your
knew that.
iPhone?
We
Talk
knew
to
that.
Aunt Lynn.
Oh, I got
Fight.
Gong.
No, I need some help because my son's not helping me right now.
Oh,
Bloodborne?
No, no. No,
I don't know.
my shed in the back. I got to take it down without really wrecking all the wood,
So you-
especially the 2x4s.
So you got to take it apart without taking it apart, basically.
Well, I
He's
kind
got
of
to dismantle it
dismantle
like
it
it went up
like
without
it went in
destroying it.
exactly. I mean, I don't give a shit about the roof of it, because the sheeting on the roof that all can be ripped right off. I don't really give a shit. But all the
Just need stud
2x4s,
structure.
we need to keep the studs as good as possible because I want to try to save as much as I can.
Well, if the four of us stand inside your,
I
your
thought we
shed,
did.
should be fine.
Us studs.
Studs everywhere.
We handled it pretty well. The weather.
So, but because I have to, because I haven't, because the weather hasn't been cooperating for me,
No, rain.
and
We need it.
and I need to get it down because I need to get it formed up so I can put the 22x11 slab down,
Mhm.
and that hasn't been working because it's just fucking.
That's so funny. I need to get it down so I can get it up.
I need to get.
I gotta get it up,
I need to get it up so I can get paint on the frickin' side.
but I don't need
Oh,
help
you only
getting it
got-
up.
You only got that one side, right?
I know. I'm all the way around. I just got, but the
got
rain
the-
is.
Yeah, it's just a pain
it's
in the ass.
pi-
It's been just
You also
so
got that fascia, right?
on that one
The
part.
one
That's
on
it.
one
That's it. But I have Robert's boss is gonna help me erect the new shed.
Really?
Yeah.
You two getting in a room alone?
No, it's gonna be the four of
We're
us.
going to erect and talk about a shed.
It'll be the
He's
four
gonna
of us.
tear it down and pitch a tent.
No.
Talk about what pops up.
So no, but I also told him I was gonna pay for him to do it
Oh,
because I want to make sure it's all. I want to make sure it's all square and plumbed. You know, because if I build it, I know it's gonna be off.
Yeah, and if you
Buy a
don't,
little
if
bit,
you don't
I mean,
pay
it-
for that, nobody's going to do it.
Because
right.
when I built
Well-
this shed, I mean, it was off by about a quarter inch. It was
That's a
off
lot
square.
for construction.
Well,
Son
but
of a
it was
bitch.
only a freaking shed, so I figured it had no big deal. But I mean, it's
Well, you
bigger.
do better than I do. If I'd fucking build something look
It'd
like a
be-
Picasso fucking painting.
But because it's going to be 22 feet long by 11 feet deep,
yeah.
I want to make
Just
sure
being
she's
honest.
squared up. And
I'm not no
you know,
fucking Harrison Ford fucking carpenter.
So I'm going to actually, I'm actually, it's,
I have a hard time fucking hitting nails with hammers. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I can build, but I try to do fucking studs and with a hammer and a nail. I fucking
Ever try
time,
hitting
one,
hammers
two,
with
bend,
nails?
1, 2, bend every fucking time.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I fucking have
You
no
can't
clue.
do the Mr. Miyagi thing in one hit.
No, absolutely not. Robert, maybe, but not me.
I'll probably
can.
take some too.
I have a hard time doing stud structures with nails, man. It's fucking
No,
ridiculous.
I'll teach you. You just need
That's why I'd
patience.
rather screw him.
I see nothing wrong with screwing studs.
That's a problem. You have to know
That
more
didn't
ways
sound
than
good
one.
at all. That didn't sound good at all.
I said it for the
He'd
comment.
rather screw a stud, huh?
I did it just for the show.
There's nothing wrong with screwing studs.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's I just it just
I had a
hasn't
blast at
been.
that Raptors game when we went. I went yesterday with the kids and the wife. Took them in.
I was there Wednesday.
Did
Yeah.
they have the inflatables?
They had a petting zoo and a jumping house in the park, and then outside the back where the
No, in between innings, the inflatables come out
No.
and do their dancing.
Yeah, no.
they did a couple different things.
Well,
didn't do
they had
that.
some inflatables out in the
That's-
parking
you
lot
gotta
for
go when
us.
they're there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the kids you're gonna laugh. The
Yeah.
kids are gonna love it.
Well, the kids had fun. Arik was. I told it was really weird because my youngest son is he's really independent, just likes to do his own thing, and he was exploring. I said, just walk around. I said, just don't walk out of the
The
fenced-in area. And I looked at the wife. I go, I find it funny. I says, I feel more comfortable knowing there's a fence around here because it's like he's a caged animal, but he can pace back and forth along the line. She's just laughing at me, but yeah, we had a good time. I put down quite a bit of beer there last night too, and when those two guys that were serving when we were there,
Were they there again?
They were there again.
They
and
recognize you?
they recognized my voice from across the fucking thing. I yelled at. Well, they were. I waited till they got all the way across because I told the wife, I said, I want to see if they recognize me. So they get all the way across. The guy's up there, and the one guy that was serving us beer when we went there for the brewery thing, he was serving like cotton candy and stuff this time, and then the other like real curly haired, redheaded. I want to say I'm not
Napoleon-
being mean.
crazy looking guy?
Napoleon Dynamite
yeah.
dude?
I want to say dorky looking.
Yeah,
but
the dorky
Napoleon
guy?
Dynamite. He's a cool kid. Really, I was talking to him for a little bit yesterday, but he was serving beer and he would come by and he's like, "Nice cold beer here," It's just walking by and I let him go. He gets on the other side over by A section or G section, and I yelled out because I was in the front row of C. And I yelled, I said, when I said, like a nice cold beer over here. And I yelled it really fucking, everybody in the stadium looked at me, and he's up and he's going like this. And he's like, yeah, I remember you. He comes waddling over. I'm like, what do you got?
He's a goofy
he's
fuck.
fucking awesome.
He's a goofy fuck.
so funny.
Because
That was
Wednesday they had some
I love those
song
guys.
run or playing.
Yeah.
He actually put his thing down. He started
Doing the
dancing
clapping
and
yeah.
he was just fucking funny as
He's-
hell. I was
he's
watching
cuckoo.
him.
You got to have fun with what
He was doing, and then they did the YMCA that night.
Yeah.
And this other guy, he's had a red ball cap on, and he was just wringing wet of sweat that Wednesday. And he took 2 cans of beer and he started clapping them together like everybody else through the YMCA and then doing the YMCA. And he's yelling at everybody. And I'm sitting here looking at that beer. It's like, I hope you ain't selling that beer to somebody, because he grabbed him right out of it. He's just going like this, I'm sitting here like,
It's just cool that we have that there and that they've been able to revitalize that because that place sat for so long empty.
Yep.
5 years it's been there now since the
My mom
Raptors has been there.
My mom used to make a joke about not a joke, but she used to like a silly comment like the only reason that Wisconsin Rapids first got black people in town was because of the minor league teams that would come running through.
Yeah, there used to be a minor league team for the
It was
Twins.
called the Wisconsin
That's
Rapids Twins.
Yep.
And I've got one of the original seat cushions back in the 60s.
And I've got somewhere in storage a ball
Do you
from
find it silly that he saved
Mo
something
Hill.
from an ass?
Does it got
Remember that name, Mo Hill?
Does it got
Mo
all
Hill?
the smells
Could have
from the
been. I don't
past?
know.
Used to
too?
hit it out of the parking lot.
Could have. I mean, I remember going. We used to go there a lot.
Smells like a hot dog.
Before the city could not fund them no more, and they packed up and moved to Minnesota and became the Minnesota Twins.
Mm-hmm.
No, they were
Yeah.
a farm team for the Twins.
No, they were the minor
No,
league Minnesota.
It was the minor
Twins.
teams.
Minor league.
Yeah, they went to the minor leagues
It's no different
for
than right
Minnesota.
now.
They became, but then
They're a
eventually
part
they
of the
became,
Twins.
but they became Minnesota Twins.
Mhm.
The
the
Wisconsin
minor team
Rapids Twins
became
became
the
the Minnesota
Minnesota
Twins.
Twins,
Yeah,
No, but they,
which is really cool, But like I said, I've got something from the
now it's
'60s,
the businesses
from-
that finance all the Rafters,
which is
they're the ones
great
that
because
sponsor.
it's bringing people in. It's starting
Yeah.
to get people to do things here. In
It's
Rapids.
amazing. It's so much fun.
But
Now they'd bring business in.
No,
Yeah.
we got to get something, to kind of revitalize Rapids, because every time I
Central-
talk to people
all
around
of
here,
Wisconsin.
they always got a fucking smart ass thing to say about Rapids.
oh, Crapids.
Oh, let's go to Crapids.
I love saying that.
It's like, what the fuck? Man, we have no.
The only
control
reason
over
people
that.
say that is
Well, it
because when
does
you
stink.
drive into Rapids and you've never been there, the first thing you
The mill.
smell is boiled cabbage.
The fucking mill.
'Cause
That's
it's what
that's
the mill
what.
smells
Yeah.
They don't bring enough business in.
No, they don't. They never have.
It goes right back to our other conversation.
No, they used to.
Well, they wanted it to be a fucking
No,
They
they
wanna
retarded.
have an
change
old
anything.
guard on there that if you don't get rid of the old guard that protects the place,
Exactly.
all the jobs are moving. You're getting
Mhm.
riffraff back in to replace it, and you're getting nothing for.
Right.
That's right.
It's like
That's
we
why
were
if
talking
you
about
talk to
before.
anybody in Rapids, where do they go shop? Eau Claire, La Crosse,
Appleton,
Appleton,
now Point.
Wausau.
Now Point with Coles
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
everything
and the
here.
points there.
So
Yeah.
they don't stay there. Why would they? There's nothing there.
No.
Nobody can keep it going.
Well, I mean, all there is fast food restaurant after
And that's
fast food
it.
restaurant. There's
And
nothing
bars.
special there. And bar, lots of bars. Yeah.
And gas
Really?
stations.
Really,
And
the only
banks.
thing that's
Yeah.
Yeah, and
different
banks,
is
that's
because
it.
of the fucking Rafters field. And that's about it.
That's one of the new things that's revitalizing that area. I
Well,
thought it was silly though. That
Yeah,
they
but-
brought the fair back in too into town. It used to be
Yeah.
Tip Top or Pot Pit, whatever you
No,
wanna call
tip
it.
top carnivals.
Yeah, but if you turn it around, it
Tip
said
Top.
Pot Pit.
Pot pit?
Yeah.
No wonder you're there all the time.
that's because he's always upside down.
They put
Pot
it.
Pit.
They put it right behind the outfield. So you go right behind the winter field there, right behind the
Yeah.
outfield. You hit a home run, you could probably hit a kid on a fucking ride. I mean, it's right next to the outfield fence.
Right.
It's just crazy, and I'm like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, they
You're on
used
the
to have
you're
it
on the
where it's
fucking
opened up
zipper.
and
Thank
the-
God you got a cage wrapped around you because you.
Yeah, but a long time ago,
It
that
used to be open
area
up, the
used to
whole
be
field
nothing
was
but a
part of it.
field, and that's where they always had it all the
Well, it
time.
was always.
And
for
then
me, it was
remember the
parking
old-
lot at the.
But
mall.
you remember the old Shopko, where Shopko used to be up off A Street
They used
there,
to have
and,
it there,
and they
too.
used to have it in that great big field where right now
Where
where
the mall
Shopko
is.
Mall is right now up there,
Yeah.
and they used to have that for years and years. And then when that started building up, then they just started going over to
By
the
Walmart,
West Side
no,
Mall.
the
West Side.
Rapids
Mall.
Rapids Mall area. Well, now you got more buildings there. We were basically, the city was basically pushing them somewhere else, you know. And then
That's
they-
your problem now. You take them. Here's
know.
all the carnies for you.
But I mean, they were just, you know, I mean, but the city wasn't willing to work with them to give them an area to be.
They don't care about entertaining the
You know?
kids.
But see, that's what helps
Or
bring,
families.
you know. But that's
It's all
that
about,
helps.
I mean, look
the-
at how much
Where's my
effort it-
money?
look
Who
at how
cares
much-
about your family?
Exactly.
Yeah, look how much effort it took to just to get the skate park where it is. You
Oh
know?
God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It took
They,
a
they
lot
actually
to do
had
that.
to.
Like
they
9
actually,
years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it took a long time.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of funding and fundraising, and they actually had to get a couple professional skateboarders.
Well, they actually,
involved,
but they
and-
actually they got one. I can't remember his name. The police officer, one of the city officers of Rapids. He was the one that actually helped to get involved to get that there for the kids.
because he knew they needed something.
Right.
I mean, you don't
Give
give
them
it.
a
If
place
you don't
to
give
go
them
do
someplace to do.
something.
I mean, it's either they skate there or they're
Or
gonna
they-
fucking skate
they're
through the
gonna be
parking
partying,
lots and over fucking
Doing
by
crime,
some
everything else.
dentist
Give them
office or
something to
some shit.
do. Idle mind's the devil's playground.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with a
Exactly.
fishing pole either, but you know, not every kid's gonna do that.
Right,
That's-
not
you
every
gotta
kid
have-
likes it.
Gotta
That's
have
her-
variety.
That's
yeah.
her thing. Kids like doing that shit.
The adults have the bars
You
and
know.
taverns, and now the kids have rafters games and carnival shit.
Huh.
That only comes around once in a while for a weekend, you know. And it was really weird. They didn't have a wristband night last night. They're
Normally
having
they
it
do.
today from noon to 8.
They
On
always
a
have it on a
Sunday.
Sunday.
No, it was
No, it
always
was
Saturday.
on a Saturday.
Mhm.
Always
I
a
remember.
Saturday night when I
Yep.
was a kid. Because I remember Ada and Harley would always take us. Always
Yep.
take us.
It was
None of
on
our
like a
parents wanted to take us,
Saturday.
but Ada and Harley
Yeah.
always took the kids to the carnival.
That's because they know that they're gonna get all the dads out there and go, "Oh, I want to take my kids," because they're gonna.
Because it's going to be Father's
It's
Day.
Father's Day,
Yeah.
so dad's gonna feel like, "Oh,
Oh, maybe that's
damn
true.
it."
I didn't even think about that Father's Day type stuff. You can go to King Cone today and get a free small cone if you go with your kid. I'm
Nice.
doing that today.
Oh yeah.
Get a free small cone as
You
a
get
dad.
2 of them then, because you got 2 kids.
I should go in there once, eat it, come back, go in there with the other one and get another one.
My other one looks
You
just
look
like me.
familiar.
Well, I'll
I've
go to the
seen you
King
somewhere.
Cone in Amherst, and then I'll come to King Cone in Plover.
Why not? I go trick or treating in Rapids and
There you
come
go.
in here
Point.
and point.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
We got the
And
Riverfront Rendezvous coming
And
up.
he wears
Got
an
our-
outfit.
Got our family gathering at Squirtus's this year because mom's not going to be able to do it. She's
Mhm.
actually going to be. Where is she going to be? No, they're actually ripping up her road. So
Hmm.
it's actually pretty good this year that they don't have.
And we might have somebody come and crash the party.
meticulous.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nikolai.
Nikolai. Oh, Nikolai. Yeah, that's right.
He's going to come and
That's right.
visit.
I was talking to Meticulous too. Meticulous may show up. So
Well, he only lives a
speaking of crash the
ship.
party, I mean, he's got the theme song for it. If you haven't checked that out on our website, make sure you do. DixonSidershow.com, PodcadsNetwork.com. I think. What do you think? It's time to pull out.
Pull out.
Why not?
All right.
She's had enough.
Are we gonna do some gaming tonight too?
No.
Kim will. Chief will.
Where is it? Where is it? Well, outro with the new one though. And here we go.
If you want to hear more of a circle jerk of a conversation, go to DixonCiderShow.com.
Follow and like us on Facebook.
Follow us on Twitter at Dixon Cider Show.
Who's that?
And go to Stitcher Radio app and iTunes. Subscribe, like us, leave a review. And if you don't like what you hear,
Shut your fucking ears.
I don't know why, but I love that.